Okay, welcome to the second round of the Starsector Tournament. We are casting the Underdogs today, and for the first round, it is Solinarius with Yo Dog, I Heard You Like Seafood, partnered with Chaos Farseer with the League of Anti-Gun Activists. And this is the Maesaran fleet and the Legacy Archgenesis fleet. So let's see what they've changed. I'm not sure if the flagship has had anything switched up. It should be in HD. Is it not? Ah, sorry about that. It will be up in 1080p for the recording upload after the stream, but the stream I think is in 720 and not 1080. Unfortunately, my ISP doesn't quite like me that much.
There's nothing you can do about that.
No. Fortunately, my Starsector window is not the correct size. There we go. Now chat will no longer be running over the fitting screen.
Hurrah.
Alright. That was the wrong button. So, going back to look at what the fleets are, I do not believe this was reworked. The flagship for the Maesaran fleet, the Mokarn. It looks identical as before with everything the same. Has the Tibero Superfighter built in, which, you know, I always love to see because that can basically solo destroyers.
It's a very threatening ship as well. Look at that. Mjolnir and 2 assault chain guns. Reapers, torpedoes, and I think the ion beams are new, but I'm not so certain about that. The rest of the fleet seems a bit thicker today as well. Everybody going wide, learning from last week. Pretty good.
And we still have the safety override winghead from last week, which I am looking forward to seeing how it performs. So, now what has been added? They've added a Patriot class or 2 with railguns, sabos, heavy blasters, and plasma bursters. So those will be decent mainline combat ships. Those heavy blasters, they'll dish out serious punishment. Heavy needlers and plasma bursters. So we just have some long-range kinetic to take down shields, attack lasers, torpedo racks, and fighter wings. So we do have some carriers as well. Well, one carrier.
I think that one's actually on the Mokarn this time, and I think last week they didn't have a second fighter wing. So yeah, this should be a bit better for the missile waves.
Yep, the Mokarn only has one fighter in its fighter base. It has 2 fighter bases and only 1 fighter. So you only have, yeah. The Stingray class Irwin's Bane. Oh no. Alright, so there's that. So we got Ion Pulsers, Plasma Bursters. I'm loving the Ion Pulsers. I do want to see more of those in the fleet.
But the Legacy of Anti-Gun Activists fleet.
The
looks like it's
flagship McNamara with the same setup as last time, as far as I can tell. Now, I'm wondering if the fleet of anti-gun activists will be able to keep the pirates at bay versus the remnants last time. Because they do not do well in a straight-up slugfest.
I know that during the Prime League stream, the DME fleet did pretty well with some of the other fleets did very well with very heavy missile spam to get rid of to get the flux high on the Ludopath fleet. And that really helps cut their berserkerness down.
Yes, and luckily there is no more full wave of safety override on the second wave, so that should help the Archgenesis fleets, survive that wave. So let's see. I'm just looking through and seeing if they've added anything. Ooh, they have another McNamara. Heavy super ramming cruiser. And it has all long-range weaponry. I was kind of expecting, like plasma flamers or something, but this has heavy needlers, hyper velocities, some flat cannons, autocannons. I'm liking this. That's a nice long-range ship to just keep the pressure on them. They have a Lions-class Michael Bay cruiser, the LAG Glory of the Stars, siege cannon, bulldog autocannons, heavy needlers, and mine layer wings. Oh boy, we get to see mines then, don't we? King-class shark punching cruiser with the... Ooh, they have plasma cannons now. Okay, we're getting into some serious damaging ships now. Some sabos, railguns, and just plasma cannon. Another siege cannon. More mine layer wings. So these things just have influence mine layers on each of them. I'm liking this. And another plasma cannon cruiser. Alright. Space Superiority Fighter. 2X Orvar Fighter Bricktelite gun, and 2 Waldorf Fighter autocannons for each one. Those, hopefully, will be very, very powerful little fighters to go along with those mine layers that are on the fighters. I want to see what these do. I don't think I've seen those in game yet, so let's see how they function.
Alright, here we go.
Now, yesterday, we've tend to have seen the Pirates' main ship in Wave 1 just kind of burn drive straight into the player fleets, just like this, actually.
Yeah, so the fleets are the same as yesterday, the waves are the same as yesterday. So if they're all familiar, we have Wave 1, which is Renegades, Wave 2 with some stock pirates, Wave 3 is looted pathers, Wave 4 is various mod pirates, Wave 5 is, what was it again? I believe it was the Cabal fleet featuring an Aurora, featuring a Euphoria, and Wave 6 is Seeker. For those few that can get over there.
So just like yesterday, the first move is for the Renegade to burn in and get surrounded, followed by one of the player ships to burn up and get surrounded as well. And we already lost a Patriot.
It's not common on this wave. A lot of the player fleets have taken some losses on Wave 1 this time around, in like the Remnants round. So, yeah.
Yeah, if they just burn straight into all the pirate cruisers, I can't see how they'd end up surviving. What I am seeing is some very, very ballsy Archanisa ships. I'm not sure if that was the correct move.
It's fully disabled, getting its entire battle armor stripped, and the flux as well, of course. They're very scary dominators. You can't run up those.
I'm amazed that the Renegade's still surviving in the middle of the player fleet down there. And it's doing quite well for itself. They're kind of ignoring it.
Yeah. Considering what weapons do they have, I'm not sure if they have too little explosive damage, or if they just don't have much overall DPS.
Oh, that parry just got friendly fired, just rammed down, pinched between the engines and a shield. That's not good. Another parry we just lost up here. Dominator's down, so most of the pirate cruisers are down now.
Unfortunately, most of the fleet is not made out of frigates, so the few losses are not going to hurt their overall operation. It looks like they're just about to finish Wave 1.
Wave 2! Oh boy, let's see how they handle this. The siege cannon's already firing, throwing a little bit of damage in the... That just went through that wall. Alright, now the pirate has sent up the sacrificial hounds to give them a better chance in the future battle once they get destroyed.
Just eating up all those missiles and the first wave of fighters.
Luckily, Maasurin and Archnisus both have really, really good PD, so you can't really get... They don't have enough pirates or missile spam to saturate those defenses. Now, the Mokaran is... Is that a Locust? Yeah, the Mokaran has a Locust Launcher, which is really, really good against the smaller ships in the front line there, so...
It's really good at saturating point defense just so that their other fighters can get in.
Mm-hmm.
And having... I like the very mixed amount of point defense saturation in actual weapons.
I agree, it's a very good balance.
Yeah. It gives it just overall better versatility.
Patriot, what are you doing? This is not where you want to be, Patriot.
Ooh, okay. Like devastating. Ion torpedoes are... I know they're not a huge player favorite because of their relatively low damage, but they're absolutely devastating when in a proper fleet composition. Of course, seeing from the pirates.
The Patriot doesn't get really punished for that, just loses a little bit of hull and it's perfectly fine.
Too bad they're not getting chased for it.
Yeah. Ooh, what I do want to point out, you mentioned earlier, the Locust from the Maasurin capital, the Mokaran, is working amazingly well with the legacy or the fleet of anti-gun activists because the Locust saturates and lets the siege cannons, which are technically missiles, get through the PD and deal a lot of explosive damage to the hulls of the pirates. I've seen that a few times now, and it's always satisfying to see that combination. The Argentivus is overloaded. It's already losing CR due to being out for so long, so... Now that they've killed the rest of the smaller ships, let's see how they handle the Niagara, the Infernus, and the Dragon.
Well, they have...
And the High Tide.
They have the capital ships from the pirates pretty much surrounded. It's going to be go pretty well.
Not only that, the Niagara's just facing the wrong way. So, that's not helpful for them. Now let's see how this safety override Winghead and all of these safety override Argentivises burn through the dragons and the pirate capitals. Quite fast, actually. Yeah, the battle wagon just does not stand a chance. Oh, it's burning in. Well, you can't say it doesn't make plays. I'm not sure if that was the right decision, though. Just burns straight into the entire enemy fleet.
Basically entirely disabled, even with its shields down. There it goes.
Yeah, there's nothing it can do. And the High Tide will not stay alive for much longer. Wave 3. That was a really fast wave 2, but can they handle the Luddic Path fleet?
Getting chipped down from the other two waves a lot more than I think they would like.
Yeah. A lot of their losses did come from the first wave alone, though. Wave 2 didn't really punish them much, if at all. Alright, so far it looks like we have some ships getting caught out with shielding the wrong way, like the Nailer class, and an Argentivis. You are not in the right place, friendo.
Yeah, the frontal shields on the Maasurin fleet is really starting to bite them back, especially when combining with safety overrides. They really like to get in there. That leads them up to being flanked very easily, just getting shot in the back. Ouch.
And we just have a lot of the Maasurin fleet coming up and just taking free damage. It's always the Patriots, from what I can see. Yes, just stand in front of that onslaught, Patriot. Nothing can go wrong. Oh, the Patriots are way too enthusiastic to die for their country. So,
I do hope that that they have a lot of faith in their capital ships, because I think that's all that's going to be left by the end of 4.
Yeah. Luckily, they have a lot of cruisers, and we have the multiple of the brains farting, the McNamara classes from the Archnasis mod. The Argentivises, I feel, have a lot of damage as well with their double assault chain guns and heavy maulers, or heavy machine guns, which is a good mix of high explosive and kinetic damage at very short range due to the safety overrides. Now we can finally see... Oh, we lost an Argentivis. That's not good. I was just saying how we needed their damage. We're taking a lot of losses in this wave. We might not make it past the next one, but I do think they're going to be victorious this one.
Yeah, almost all the wing heads are down now, so that's basically the entire front line that's gone. It's going to just leave up their long-range cruisers, destroyers that are left. That's not going to be. You can't have that.
No, most of the front line is gone now. So they're going to definitely get through this round. They have more than enough ships left, but they won't be successful next one. The safety override Condor burning in it. You know, way too fast. Why? If you're a carrier, why are you doing this?
The carrier AI, man. Carrier AI.
It's fair. Somehow the frigates have survived past all the destroyers and cruisers.
Safety overriding a Condor makes it go deliver its goods faster.
I'm sure nothing can go wrong with that. Yeah, the Onslaught's just getting surrounded and burned down. It doesn't even have any armor left. And it's just gone.
And its ion beams are getting shot. It's very dead. Yeah. There's a wave 3
Wave
completed. Here we
Yep.
go, wave 4.
Now, let's see. This is the first wave where the player fleet is outnumbered by the pirate fleet. And let's see how they handle it. And this time, the pirates have the fighter superiority. Unfortunately, they are flickering straight in with their sabers into the player fleet. But they're surviving. Sabers are amazing ships, and I want to see more of those. And we lost a Gregory class, too, which is, I believe, just a frigate, so... We are already taking losses on wave 4 at the start. And that is a... They're just... Why are you still going up? You just ate a torpedo wave. Oh no.
Perdition carriers, very scary. Especially
That's...
when being able to flank frontal only ships.
I know you have a plasma cannon, but that's not an excuse to suicide to use it. But let's see these safety. Let's see. Low health safety override Argentivis. Go. Fight the Hawk class, which only has 3 Alliant HMGs. Because it's a carrier.
Cool.
Luckily, the AI puts the carriers in front just like the players do. Oh, the safety or the winghead. It's surprisingly healthy for being, you know, pummeled by a Gauss cannon from the side. And it loses its shields. It's gonna. Oh no, that's an ion cannon. It's just gonna lose all of its hard points now. You know, I'm pleasantly surprised by how good the player fleet's doing here. They might win this one. They might beat Wave 4 here. They just took out the Falchion. And
once the carrier was down, once the Hawk carrier was down, it loses a lot of its strike power. And if it's just a pure gunfight, these guys have a chance.
Yeah, they're doing really good. I did not expect this. They managed to hold them at a range. They managed to survive, and the Archnesis ships didn't really get overwhelmed early. Let's see this. Oh, the curving Reaper. Okay.
Very fancy.
Would be if it hit something.
Next level shit.
Torpedo curving, is that like bending bullets? You know, is it possible to curve a torpedo intentionally by like firing it when you're spinning? If so, that could be a really, really fun thing to learn how to do when you're flying ships like that. I want to try that. Oh, that was a beautiful bombing run out of the player Lions. Goodbye, Lion. Your pride is gone. Oh, so you can curve torpedoes. I'm gonna try that next time I stream.
How do you curve torpedoes?
According to chat and from what I've seen, use plasma jets and spin, and if you have enough rotation as you fire the torpedo, it curves. Since the torpedo's fired out of a hard point, and I guess the ship curves it or something?
That doesn't make sense. You can't keep rotational velocity when you go like that.
No, but I'm gonna have to do some testing. They partially inherit ship movement, and they do have their own thruster as well. And I guess the combination that allows you to curve them. I really want to mess around with that. But the 1v1 and the Archnace's ship, the McNamara wins. So now they will win this round. They are going to be getting 4 points, but I can't see them winning the 5th.
Yeah, they've just taken too many out. Too many of their cruisers are dead now.
Yeah.
And they didn't have enough. They don't have enough destroyers to just eat the losses.
Nope, tumbleweeds are down. Only a few pirate ships remaining, and now it's just, you know, player cleanup. You are right. We are losing a lot of CR for the smaller ships. Luckily, we still have high fighter presence for the Alliance class that we have remaining.
Hoping that a McLemore hyper jumps in or something like that. It's wasting its time over there. Goodness.
Yeah, that McNamara. Well, they don't really have any way of any movement abilities. He really just needs to turn around and start shooting, but he's being distracted by this tiny little silverfish. Luckily, the Mokaran is still doing its job with the Mjolnirs and the beams, so it should be able to take up the threshold no problem. As long as it doesn't back off and stop the pressure. Oh, we just lost a McNamara.
Oh.
Oh no, we might not win
this.
There
goes your hopes and dreams.
Yep, hopes and dreams dead. The mad low-frequency oscillator on the Castella is doing a lot of damage. Those urchins are hurting. Yeah, oh, those are shredding. Oh, here's the Mokaran. That McNamara is getting hit from the side, though. Oh, hey, thanks for the host. And we just lost McNamara because they're... Well, at least it's not alone in death. Oh, we can only hope that the Lions and the fighters, with the mine layers, the bombing runs, they can do something. Oh, they overloaded the handgun. And that siege gun is firing. Can they kill it before it gets the shields back? I don't think so. It's being covered too well by the Thresher.
They're lacking the bursty kill damage. They have a lot of safe... All that's left is like their safe long-range weapons.
Yeah, they have the siege cannons, but they just don't have enough of them to really punish it. I don't think the Mokaran can solo a Cabal fleet, but it's at, like, full hull and full armor. That is an amazingly well-piloted ship by the AI. I need to get some Mokarans in my fleets.
They're one of my favorite player flagships as well, because with maneuvering jets you can really get them up to speed.
Well, apparently Silverfish took revenge for Steve Irwin. The Stingray's dead. Let's see. Now, the remaining player fleets versus the Engon bomber variant.
We have all of the Makoran, one Nakamura, and it looks like one small destroyer carrier.
Luckily, the Mokaran can just shred through anything that's close to it in front. Now, let's see these ion beams. Can the Silverfish kite it out and just win the CR fight?
Up against the Capital, I think the Capital isn't even losing CR at this point.
It's at 19% CR already, so it's close. Wave 4 complete. Good luck. I think this is a, if I was in chat, I'd be spamming F right now. There is no way they survive. At all.
Oh, glorious killer bees.
Yeah. That's... This isn't a fight, this is a slaughter. Now, the last ship, the Mokaran. Can it last? Can it 1v fleets? I don't think this is a 1v fleet moment. It's dead, Jim. It's dead. Yeah, if you screw up wave 1, you get past wave 4. Wave 5 vanquished.
So that's it for Team A.
They did really well, though. Screwed up wave 1, lost a bunch of ships, including a cruiser or 2, and some friendly fire incidents.
Yep. It's calculated, slowly losing your fleet, but yeah, that's pretty good. Got to wave 5.
Oh boy, we have the other Mayasaran fleet, the Order 66, I'm sorry, the 26th Mayasaran Guard, with all of the Mako spam. And that is by Glissa, and let's see. What, do they refit their flagship? I don't believe they did. The Reaper Torpedoes, the Cane Blasters, LMG PD Laser Mark IIIs.
Oh, look at that, we have some pocket battleships going on here.
Where are those? Over here. Ooh, we do. Was this in the fleet last time? I believe it was, the battle carrier here.
And the, down there, Mjolnir Prime by Abduct Cats.
Abduct Cats.
Lieutenant Federation with probably the biggest. Oh my god.
That is so many fighters. I am. Wow. They went full saturation. So they have all of the fighters to give cover to these Makos with the bombing runs. I think this will either go amazingly well or they're going to kill all their allies. So one of the two will happen.
This is a very nice amount of kinetic bombers, which you don't see very often.
No, that's a ton of longbows. And the Mayasaran Guard only has longbows as well. So
we can expect, we can expect some very heavily disabled ships.
Not only that,
this should be good.
All of these longbows are opening up the shields and disabling for the Mako bombers with the hypervelocities. The only way they lose this battle is if the carriers suicide.
That's gonna happen, isn't it?
Oh, it's totally gonna happen. So these each have 3 bomber wings. Now where are the rest of over here? No, these have 5 bomber wings each. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20. Keep these carriers alive, and the dream survives. Now, what are these ships all added? The Perry-class Gliss missile corvette. They just have a lot of missiles in both of these fleets, so...
Well, they're not Buffalo 2, so I don't expect them to live till the end of the round, to the end of the waves.
No, of course. Right. Everyone knows that without shields, you survive. If you have shields, you always die early. So let's see how this works. Let's see. This is the most strikecraft I think we've ever seen in combined fleets this tournament. Let's see how well they fare. Just see them swarming around those carriers over there. Now, will it remain the same? Will the pirate ship burn straight into the... Yeah, good luck, my computer. I am glad I switched to the full screen so I didn't have to take the windowed hit to performance for this, because that would... Oh my... Well, that hammerhead is lit up very well. That is a lot of flares. You know, we don't even see have the longbows really bombing yet. Here's the first bombing run. Will it hit?
Fighters are much faster than the longbows, so that gives... I guess it didn't survive long enough for the longbows to get there.
Nope. And we're just...
Oh,
wow.
Totally disabled.
Those are high explosive anti-fighter missiles that they don't have to reload. I thought those were fragmentation. Those are high explosive little red missiles. That's amazing, and they have so many of them.
So they'll use it on ships as well, because these guys don't have any fighters. Damn,
no, they don't. Those are... That missile spam is real. That's insane. Those fighters are just going to carry this entire fleet.
Decoy flares, shields, anti-fighter missiles for extra spam.
Just fill your entire fleet with those and longbows and you win. Well, that's actually what they did. Alright. Oh, we lost a parry. So, the Mako is fade-away bombing, and it's not working.
Needs to join up with the fighters. Fighter swarms, take out those capitals.
They do nice shield blocking there. I also love seeing these green bursts here. Those are the cane blasters, and I love seeing them. It's like it's like a little energy shotgun, and they're actually really, really... No, they're high explosive. I'm wrong. It's a high explosive energy shotgun. That is a really, really good weapon. I want to see that in more ships. They don't seem to be doing that much damage, though, to be completely honest. But they look cool, and that's more important than dealing damage. Oh, overloaded right before a Reaper hits. Goodbye, Renegade. At least she didn't suicide this time. Spoilers reflex spoilers. No, Cane Blasters are not good at getting through the armor, as we've seen. However, they are good at shredding hull. These Makos... Oh, the bombing run! Oh, right in the back corner. Now let's see, do we have another Mako coming in? We do? Are you gonna bomb? No, you're just gonna fire high velocity in melee range. Okay. And the fighter bombing runs continue. Oh, that was an Eagle. Oh my word. So, since they didn't all die in Wave 1, are they gonna beat Wave 4?
I think they're gonna do it. I think it's Wave 3 that they're most worried about. Totally depending on if the carriers are in the front or not.
Where are the carriers?
That was a fairly clean...
They're actually in the back.
Yeah.
The carriers are actually in the correct place.
And the fighters are all moving together on the same target. So
what witchcraft is this? What are carriers doing in the back? That's not how they play.
Did we update to 0.9.1 already?
I don't think I did. But if this is the future, I like it. No, that is a...
Here's again, if that's the case.
That dragon is not having a good time with all those longbows and fighters focusing it down.
Yep, with all the longbows, it's just gonna make any capital ships a very bad day.
It's already at... Oh my god, it's already gonna go down. Or it's... Nope, it can't be chased. They haven't... It's retreating back into its fleet with a lot of cover, so... Just gonna cruise over here. And, oh wow. That high tide should not be up front there. Ooh, are we gonna see a hammer barrage from the foray? The hammer swarm? Come on, use it. You know you want to. Oh, ammo explosion. Never mind, it's just dead. Oh, we lost the Mako. It got caught somewhere off screen. These fighter swarms are really, really doing a good job.
Yeah, as long as there's still a front line for the to tank all that flux damage.
Yep.
Keep them distracted, you know.
They're burning through these fleets. We are not going to have to worry about CR degradation at all with this setup with the player fleet here. That's insane how many ships there are. Oh, and a piece of wreckage tanking the entire thermal barrage from the Infernus. And now it's surrounded. There's nothing it can do. The Infernus is going to fall here. As long as they, you know, hit it not on the shields.
I'm a huge fan of those ion beams on the parries. I think those are parries. So, just
these things right here? Yep.
Almost turns it into Zypher suits.
Yeah.
Super annoying.
So, from what I've seen in this tournament so far, both the Prime and the Underdog leagues, the MVP of the entire tournament have been frigates with ion damage. Either with beams or, you know, ion pulsers or anything. Frigates that can mount ion weapons have been the MVP of almost every single fleet. As well as the fleet building wide instead of tall. And the Niagara just... There's so many things hitting. It doesn't even know what to fire at. There's just too many targets. There's so many fighters, so many flares. There's nothing it can do. That is a tanky ship, though.
Yeah.
Wave 3. That's the fastest we've seen Wave 1 and 2 killed. Now, the sacrificial frigates up front. The first longbow wave, and it's already overloaded the Castella.
Oh my god. That's really disgusting.
That's completely disgusting. Show me more. Oh no. And goodbye, Wigrid. You were in front of the safety override onslaught. Oh, the Reaper swarms.
Oh, yeah, that was one of the front line. Supposed to doing what it does best, taking up that damage. Pocket battleship should not be there. Oh my.
No, it should not. It is taking way too much damage to the flank.
Slot.
Oh no! The carrier, it's in front! What are you doing? Well, I knew it was too good to be true. The Reaper! And it... Oh no. Oh no. Oh wait, never mind. It missed. And it overloaded. Goodbye, Dominator. I'll see you in like 5 minutes when you stop drifting.
Well, that's one of the carriers down.
Yeah, the rear. Wait, where was that rear? Was that the cruiser or the destroyer
That was the one that
class?
was getting attacked by the Dominator.
Oh, it did end up dying?
It did end up dying afterwards. It's still facing that.
Oh no.
That was only three of the fighters. Hopefully they'll
True.
survive from that. 3 of the longbow. That's actually
Yeah.
a lot of this.
That was 3 of the longbows, so they're gonna have trouble breaking down the shields now. But that Dominator is gone. There's nothing it can do. Oh, it caught the Costella's hammer barrage. That's what happened. Okay. Reaper whiffed, but didn't matter. Enough damage to kill it. That foray's down. No more hammer barrages from you. The pirates are just losing a lot of ships. And right... Oh, hammer barrage in the onslaught. Or hammer barrage. I just love hammer barrage. I'm calling everything that now. But just the Mako bombing run on the onslaught. And it's defeated by their point defense and shields. We're starting to lose some parries due to CR, so... Can they take the Costella out? It's... Oh, that's a lot of hammers. But it's fine. It missed most of them, so... Ooh! A good missile barrage on the frigate. And now, they're just going to swarm the onslaught. And there's nothing this onslaught can do against that fighter presence. It is an onslaught after all, and that's just... It can't do anything against fighters.
Even though it has a good amount of flax and PD, it can't do anything against this number.
No.
Nobody can.
No. The greatest weakness of the onslaught isn't that it doesn't have the weapons to deal with it, it's that it doesn't have the flux to deal with it. It has enough PD, but it cannot keep it firing constantly. And if you keep the pressure up, it just sits there at max flux, even with safety overrides, and just isn't able to kill anything anymore. Ooh, a beautiful Mako bombing run onto the flank of the onslaught. Yeah, it's gone. Why are you hugging the onslaught? Oh, we lost a Mako and a parry.
Triple kill.
2 parries and a Mako from hugging the onslaught. That is one thing I'd like to see fixed, to be honest. Oh no. How do you like fighter spam when it's not on your side?
They have a much thinner front line this time. Hopefully they'll hold out until the end of this play. They absolutely need it for the next one.
Yes.
I
Luckily...
I don't see the carriers being able to tank up that much.
No. Luckily the carriers are still mostly in the back, but their front line's all off on the left side right now. Not quite helping them as much as I'd like to see. But they are doing quite well at just burning through these ships one by one. So I see the Reaper. Yeah, they're just going right through the Threshers. Fighter spam coming in. Who are they targeting? It looks like they are intercepting other fighters to stop them from going on the Allied fleet instead of performing bombing runs. That works well, since they have the high explosive tracking missiles, so they can destroy enemy fighters very, very easily. And that means that they won't let these Swifts get off.
Oh no. Freya getting a bit, almost getting pinched over there.
Yeah, the Freya's, it's a little bit up front.
Totally exposed.
Sorry, the Naglfar. It's a Freya variant. I didn't realize that. How do you pronounce that? That's... Naglfar? Naglfar. Alright. Now, where is our other carriers? We have the 2 Naglfars in the back. We have even further in the back the, what's that? The Select You. The rear class. The rear and the rear. Makes sense. Oh, we're losing more parries. So we will have much less ion, so... Oh, that bombing run. I love to see it. That's a fadeaway bombing run for these fighters. They don't even look at it. They just fire the missiles backwards as they continue on.
Where are they going?
They were flanking the Castella here. That's just kind of drifting with its engines disabled. It has a frontal shield and no engines, and it's just drifting. It's gone. The ion beams continue to make sure it can't get its engines back. That Castella's gone. And another longbow wing with even more EMP.
Cheap, powerful, and you hope that you have enough of them to last you through to the later rounds, later waves.
This is a really, really strong fleet. But we're seeing more carrier and fighter spam. I'm liking that it works. I'm amazed that they weren't able to fight through it with just numbers and the tankiness of some of these pirate ships, but... yeah, this Threshal's gone. Threshals are insanely tanky ships. Every time I see them, even when I'm fighting in my own campaign, they're a pain to kill. You can see it right here. They're taking so much punishment. They're about as tanky as an Onslaught, and like a quarter as expensive. So, they're a good econ tank ship, if you really need one. Wave 5. Can they take the Cabal wave? I think we might be seeing a Wave 6 here. This might be...
healthy for a Wave 5.
It is. I had to tune out some of yesterday. Did we ever make it to Wave 6 with the Prime League?
We did make it to Wave 6 twice, but we lost there. It was usually very small fleets.
Yeah, that would make sense. Good luck taking on the Cabal.
Where are those killer bees? I wonder how they're going to do against fighter-on-fighter combat.
I think the player fighters are stronger because they have the tracking high explosive missiles and the flares for the bees. The flare spam is going to be so good.
Yeah, I think the killer, the Astral, the Euphoria might actually set out steady or timid, cautious even, considering how much it likes to hold on to its interceptors.
Yeah, unfortunately the Nebulosa are getting flanked by the Auroras. The Auroras are the real problem in this fleet, less than the Astral. So we have to figure out a way that the players can take them out, but those Phase Lance fighters are just slaughtering everything. The heavy burst laser, not Phase Lance.
Yep.
Oh, the Reaper's going out, and the Reapers are good. Can they take out these Auroras, though? Where are their fighters?
They're getting deleted by the killer bees. Look at all those HPLs going out.
The fighters are too busy killing smaller ships. They're getting rid of the Hyperion and they are losing Auroras. But how are they going to handle these phase ships flanking them? The Harbingers. Luckily, the Nebulosa is very tanky. Or just has a lot of PD. Both Reapers impacting on the Aurora. That Aurora's gone. They just need one more hit. Come on, come on. It's almost overloading. Its hard flux is at like 95%. Just hit something. Come on, friendly fire. You know you want to. Kill the Aurora. Do it for the player.
Euphoria is finally getting into Tachyon Lance disco beam range.
Time to disco. Oh no. It's Tachyon Lance is friendly firing the Aurora. Yep, this is a Wave 5 victory. I'm like 90% sure.
This point, I don't see the player fleets taking any more losses now.
Unless they that's a dead Euphoria.
Ooh.
Look at that Mako run. Look at that bomb run. It's all disabled. Let's zoom in. Oh! God, that's a good showing from the Makos. Oh, and they got a twofer. That was a beautiful combination. I wouldn't call Wave 5 weak, Shadowy. I'd call the player fleet strong. So, yeah. Phew. The Scarabs are always a pain to fight whenever I'm playing in a campaign. I hate dealing with them when I'm flying a frigate or a destroyer. You need a lot of DACA.
I can never get them to work in my own fleet. All that's left is the Harbinger, the zippity zip, and it's gonna die.
Oh yeah, there's nothing you can do against fighter spam when you're a phase ship. Look at all those high explosive missiles. It's never ending. Imagine if they didn't lose 3 other fighter bays by now. We're seeing a wave 6. As soon as this thing dies. I thought I zoomed in on those already. They're these fighters. The Bran anti-fighter missiles are damage high explosive, and they have kinetic LMGs on them, plus flares. These are amazing multi-purpose fighters. Yeah, and there's 2 of those anti-fighter missile launchers on each one, which do high explosive. Those fighters are really, really strong. Yeah, I'm going to accelerate time here until that thing dies, because they're just chasing a phase ship down. Oh, here we go. Goodbye, Wave 5. I don't regret watching you die because, you know, Cabal screws me every single game. Final wave. Oh, they're scattered, and the carriers are in front. This is not good. That is the worst possible positioning they can have. And let's see how they do against the Siegfrieds.
The Siegfrieds are also very slow. And that gives the rest of the fleet a lot of time to get up into range.
You know, I think they might be able to win this Wave 6. Did any of the Prime Leagues win Wave 6?
No, they at most they took out one of the Siegfrieds and most of the supporting cruisers and stuff. But the Siegfried with all the heavy cannons, you just can't take up the punishment there.
Although, if we have enough longbows, I think they can take up the Siegfrieds. Oh no, don't be in front. Pimpulata. No! At least you got the Reaper off. Oh, and it's good! Half HP. That's a Locust and a Squall. That is a very strong missile cruiser. Oh, it's got the entropy amplified on it. That's why it's dying. That ship needs serious help.
Backing the HE damage to blow it up, though.
Yeah, it's just... It needs help, and it's just not getting it. Oh no, the carriers are coming up to help it. No! That's not the help you want to give! Don't go up, carrier! Fimbletier. Fimbletier, no! You were the Reaper spawn! You were the Reaper spam! We can't lose you. We lost you. Goodbye. Die to Sabos. We lost the Nebuloso as well, over here. That's... About to lose another one? Oh no. These fighters aren't doing the bombing runs we need. They're just kind of existing. Come on, go for it. Go in. Kill it. Oh no, the rear's at half HP. Rear, what are you doing? No! That's a Naglfar! Don't be there! Well. Oh, we lost the rear because it was in front. The Naglfar is also in front. We had hope, but he was tanking a Siegfried.
With fewer ships, with a more spread out battlefield for long range weapons, the Siegfrieds are able to just clear out those carriers. Just getting wrecked.
They had the victory. They could have won Wave 6, but in Wave 5, all the combat ships chased the single frigate and left the carriers out of position for Wave 6. They could have won if they didn't chase a single Wave 5 phase frigate. They could have won. They were the chosen one. Oh yeah, I'm loving watching these fire canes. They do so much damage, they're such long range. They even have the urchins. And the Naglfar is still in front, tanking fire canes. Why is it tanking in front? Third Siegfried is down here flanking.
Screen. It's very far. I think it's off screen. Oh, down there.
No, it was just off to the side slightly. But we have no more fighter presence. The Naglfars all died to fire canes because they were in front of the fleet. Why do carriers sit in front of the fleet? They had one moment of glory where they positioned properly. A single moment. And then they ruined it on the final wave.
It really would have been depending on the fighters to take on this fleet.
I feel like they could have beat the fire canes if they just weren't in front. Oh, this doesn't have fire canes? This just has, like, 5 Hephaestus autocannons and 8 hypervelocities. What? Well, if that ever starts firing, something dies. But I still think the fire canes are better. And the Mjolnir's and autocannons, yeah. Nebulosa gone. Up there to the Amalgam, or the Barbarian class. Yeah, they're just not walking up. This fleet's gone, unfortunately. Fire canes slaughtering everything. Goodbye, Patriot. Well, we have one carrier left with 2 longbows. Unfortunately, that's not enough damage to get through. I'm not surprised by the goofy carrier AI. I had hope. I believed. After they hit in the back in round 2 and 3, I had hope. And even round 5, they played it perfectly. They hit in the back. They didn't die. They didn't get surrounded. But it wasn't enough. The player fleets just don't have enough damage anymore.
As well as coming from when their front line just get chipped down from five previous waves until there's nothing left. Carriers are all exposed no matter what they do.
Yeah, that was. I mean, they still had a front line.
Very close.
It was too busy chasing that one phase frigate. And then when they teleported back, they didn't teleport the carriers into position. So, yeah, Gunnery AI is an amazing ability, especially if you have like fire canes or something. It makes it undodgeable. It's almost hit scan. Yeah, the Siegfrieds are just slaughtering everything now. The fighters were the only hope. Oh, at least that one's body blocking the other fire cane. So, but it's not enough to save the Sarissa class.
I think we can call this one finish. We get to just speed it up a bit.
Yeah, I agree. So let's just go to 4 times speed for now. Now, what are we gonna be losing next? Oh, they're all at 6. There are single-digit CR as well. So yeah, this is just over.
This is team. We're on Team B. It's Blissa's Messier Navy fleet and Abdukaz's Otani Federation fleet.
And this is the final wave. Now we get to see 0% CR. Why aren't you just killing it? Just put it out of its misery. Stop toying with it. What are you doing, Siegfried? Why are you toying with this poor ship? Alright. Trying to... Now. Unfortunately, after toying with it enough, it chose to end it.
It's
with the machine gun.
It's second wave, guys. Second team, guys. Is that the last one?
Yep.
Epic fleet though. Epic fleet.
That Siegfried. It's kind of shameful to lose to that.
Oh, it's great compilation though. Dual maximum carriers.
Now we have Mortias with and without shields, even Death May Die with their shieldless fleet, and the Wikifish with the Dogs of War.
Getting some fairly heavy,
fighter
spam here as well. Lots of longbows from the Wikifish's fleet.
I have to say it. We have Bork and the Dogs of War. I'm sorry.
So, and this time on the Borkin side, it's bombers. So it's not as much, spam and cover, but yeah. Mortia, hopefully your strike bombers will do the trick. Harrow S's? What are those?
The Harrow S, I believe, is... God, I do not remember.
Damage?
I'll let you know once we get into game.
All right.
Actually, I bet you I can just look at it like this. Nope, that doesn't tell me anything. Okay. So, and the Dogs of War just is the very, very wide fleet. It's good to see that they've added a couple of Gigantophuses with their longbow bombers, so hopefully that'll help. Now let's see how the super wide fleet works with the Borken frontline, because they have the Byaki classes, which were incredibly tanky beforehand, and now we have more. We even have more of the Neogthas, as well as the Polyps.
Very impressive last round with the Borken fleets. Very tanky. So let's get started.
The Harrow S is a small missile effective both anti-fighter and anti-ship. Alright, so let's see, that is... Each fighter has 6 Harrow S's, which are high explosive, and 1 PD from Vacuity. That's really, really good. So those wings have 3 of each, so that's 18 Harrow S's per fighter wing.
So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a similar performance to last time. We're going to just shred up all the ways until the front line is gone, and then probably gonna...
See, he just carved a Reaper. That's what I want to learn how to do. Nope, those are... Okay, those are all just the Borken weapons. Oh, let's see those Borken ships go.
Some very interesting spirals by those missiles.
I don't know if it's part of the missiles or not, but... Oh, and it's going right in. The Renegade charging forward like always. We lost a Wire Fox already from the dog side. More and more Reapers going in. Reapers hitting the wreckage instead of the target. Ooh, we're already losing some ships up here. The dogs are not having a good time. They don't have the proper front line, they don't have the PD to deal with it, or the tank. But they have a lot of Reapers, so...
Yeah, I think, was it the Wiki Fishes who had a very heavy frigate-based fleet last time? So it's a very upscaled fleet from last time. So
yeah.
Yeah.
We're losing a lot of the frigate front line here in Wave 1. The kill fleet is all yellow, which is not the thing you want to see. But what I'm going to make a prediction here. I'm going to predict after Wave 1, when the fleets are teleported together, they'll be able to fight around the flagship cruisers from the Borken fleet, and that's when they'll stop dying as much. Because they need that Borken front line. Over here, when they're still split in Wave 1, is when they're going to take their most losses.
I think that the frigates are still just too small and too vulnerable to the capital weapons, and that they'll just get killed if accidentally.
What are the Miragios doing in the bottom left corner? They are sitting and watching while being absolutely useless.
Personality issues, perhaps.
The Byakis.
We're really hoping that their bombers would go and blow shit up. I guess that's not going to happen. It's a bit worrisome for...
When they put them as their role for support, they didn't realize it was morale support.
Oh, glorious beams.
I love the beams out of these ships. Just... Oh, that was not the one you wanted to hug, friend. You just lost half your hull.
Well...
But the Byakis are the one carrier that can actually survive in that cluster, and they're still just at the back, the Gigantophus back here. These guys, interesting carrier AI.
I'm hoping that they're gonna move up sometime.
Maybe they'll get there by the 5th wave.
I know in 0.
That's just not where you want to be as carriers, especially when that's all your fighter presence in the Borken fleet. I'm loving that missile spam, though, from the Borken ships, from the Neogthas. Oh no, we're getting high tide slowdown. This happened in the previous patch for me as well. Every time I've seen high tides on the enemy fleet or my own, I got really bad slowdown.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I wasn't sure if it was my computer or my settings or my hardware or what. But we're losing pit bulls, we're losing even more of them. You cannot be that far forward with the smaller frigates and destroyers like that. You need to wait for the Borken.
not so much that the pack is really very aggressive. That's what they're good at. They have a
Yep.
lot of very
I'm happy to see that they are.
damage.
Because that's the only way they kill anything. They can't get into a drawn-out slugfight with frigate-sized ships. They have to be aggressive.
Yeah. But I think the Vulcan needs a little bit more aggressive front line.
We have a carrier.
Synergy
It's
is
arrived.
Not exactly there.
Pack is the ablative armor. This is okay. That's fair. They're meant to kill the first few waves and then just get Borkin through just fine. Alright.
Got our longbow barrage coming in.
That's good to see. Unfortunately, you know, the Borkin is being countered by the wreckage of all the people they've killed. They can't beam through pieces of wreckage. How's the Infernus doing?
Success.
The Infernus is just getting swarmed by all those missiles. Well, so is the Niagara. This Infernus isn't even getting to fire its main weapon. Well, I lied. It fired it once.
Straight into wreckage. The most effective weapon barrage I've seen, but you do what you do.
Yeah, this is going very, very well for the Borkin fleet right now. Oh, Triple Reaper! And they killed a Neoktha with that, because it was hugging it as it got hit by Reapers. That was a full health Neoktha that just got exploded. Goodbye. Every single fleet has lost at least one ship from hugging an exploding enemy.
Oh wow, that was a very nice Reaper over there, just barely dodged his shield.
That was a beautiful Reaper barrage. It's just, you can't do that when your friend's inside of the enemy ship. Wave 3. Oh no, we've already lost a lot of ships though. At least the Borkin carriers are up front now.
Hopefully it's just a bit deceptive with the frigate heavy pack. See how they're gonna go. At this point, this is when you like to have frigates in the front, but not having very many of it. We don't have very many of those left. Not even the destroyers.
Yeah, we don't really have much of a front line anymore. The pack, the Dogs of War, have pretty much been put down. The Borkin are the hope of this fleet, as well as the Gigantophis support carriers here. Oh yeah, that missile spam is amazing. Imagine if we didn't have a suicidal Neoktha in the last round. So, let's see, and that ship should, yep, down to missiles. So, what are you? Are you, okay. Oh wait, do they have the Talon launchers? I hope so.
Kamikaze Talons?
I thought I saw one. I could have been wrong. It could have just been a Reaper, but... Ooh, longbow bombing run. Right to the Dominator. Yes, they do have an entire carrier with Cicerones. Woof, bork, bork. Name of this wave. Those are beautiful missile spams, but they need to not hit the shield of the onslaught from those fighters. Ooh, overloaded Castellas. Can they take it out? Even more longbows? Not quite enough. The Sables don't really do enough hull damage.
I do find longbows are still fairly a bit underestimated for hull damage. Like they still
oh, hull damage they deal a lot of. It's just bunching through the armor.
Yeah. Even though they're not high explosive, they have fairly high instances for fighter weapons.
Oh,
too. Oh, that's painful.
that was the best bombing run they could have asked for. That was insane. So who's left on wave 3 here? Oh, the Condor and the Archon. Yeah, they need to work on their gray stab targeting. They are kind of hitting the wrong enemies there. Overloaded Archon, come on, finish it off. Oh, the Reaper hits! Was that another curved one? I think it might have been.
That's a very
Oh.
fast Reaper.
I had a 2x speed there. The Grey Stab's firing. Yeah, this Angun and this Condor are just gone. Don't hug it. Do not hug the ships. Okay, those are not kamikaze talons, they're safety override talons.
Oh.
Well then, it's basically the same thing.
Wait, there's more?
Apparently there's more. That pirate fleet really split hard. The Ludds did not want to die. And that should be wave 3 down. Wait, there's more?
There's
Where?
still more?
Where are the enemies? Oh, there's one here. And he's getting hit by spam. Alright. Wave 4, let's go. Can they make it to the Cabal fleet?
So the real player mod pirates? A very ragtag team, but it still does fairly well at tearing up the remains of the other player fleets.
Yeah. Now that the Dogs of War have lost their frigate pack, let's see what the pirate frigate pack can do to the Borkin. I'm hoping that the player fleets here have enough fighters to deal with the frigate spam, and that the polyps are strong enough to just kill the destroyers instantly. We already lost the Copperhead, so we're losing the last of the dog fleets. Seeing nice bombing runs happening onto the Borkin. I am loving the red kill feed in the top left. It's going really well for Borkin here. That missile spam and the polyps are really clearing house. Losing some Diamondbacks. More longbow spam. A spinning dead Cobra. The Borkin carriers are now tanking damage when they weren't before, but they're very good at that with their side modules with the shields. Unfortunately, he's letting himself get flanked by the Hawk class, but that only has 4 Lion HMGs because it's a carrier. And it should die shortly. Meanwhile, the rest of the fleet is just cleaning up these pirates. I thought Wave 4 was going to be threatening. I shouldn't have. This is a wipe.
I think you say very, very succinctly, very well. The amount of whatever those EMP emitters are on these fighters, you're just removing all the fighter presence from the pirates.
Yep, the clemencies on the Cicerone classes.
Now that they're actually in range of engagement.
Yeah. The Unreal missile spam is so good, but you can see how half the missiles are getting intercepted by pieces of wreckage. The missile spam is shut down everything's shut down by that much wreckage. There's too much debris on the field. Stop hugging the dead ships. Now the threshold can go down, and as well as the Scolopenda. Did I say that right? I hope so. That is a terrifying ship against anything that doesn't have shields.
Like the Borkin?
Exactly. We just have to hope that the Borkin is smart enough to phase through the high explosive damage from the
it's phasing to a
torpedoes and
couple of them,
everything.
but not enough. It's still getting hit by too many. I think its armor is just about gone.
Yep. The Neophtha once again hugged the threshold. Like, it's just... That's the way that you kill Borkin. You just send your own ships in, they hug them as they die.
Very interesting tactic, but it seems to work.
Yep, the Zap Brannigan tactic. Just reach their kill limit. Fill them with wreckage and hug explosions.
We've seen the Killer Bees being a lot more aggressive this time around. Flying up and destroying those.
Oh no.
Swarms.
The Auroras are just... The Cabal are just swarming them. Can they beat the Cabal wave? That's my question.
I think it's going to be a fairly clear victory.
We lost
for
Neophtha's
player
half
fleets
hull.
here.
We lost another Wing Fox or Wire Fox.
The
It
Auroras,
depends
as
if
fast as
the-
they are, as big as they are, as tanky as they are, they lack the kill potential.
You could be right. These Auroras, what do they have on them? They have Iron Pulse Lasers, Light Phase Lance, Ion Pulsers. They don't have like any heavy blasters, which is what I normally see on the Starlight Auroras that kill everything.
It will really struggle against dealing any damage to hull.
I can see that. Oh! And that Aurora's just gone.
Very good at longer range combat.
I was worried about the Auroras ganging up on the Gigantophuses, but every time I see this wave, I get scared for the player fleets, but then they just seem to wipe them. This wave is actually really weak. Oh, Reaper right into the Euphoria. The fighter replacement rates, good call on that. I'll check. The Gigantophuses are at near maxed out. The Byaki classes are, what, 60%-ish? 70? 100% on that one.
I don't think any of the pirate waves have too much PD, and I don't mean like a single target PD, I mean like flak PD and
Yeah, that's a
lightning emitters or something like that.
These Gigantophuses are at 100% CR still. They haven't even started degrading yet.
That's what glorious.
That's really, really good. And the Borkin have broken the backs of the Cabal. As well, you know, featuring longbow spam. You know, Maverick, you bring a point. It's hard to prioritize the theme of the wave, and more hugging. Just lost some of its hull, and which it regenerated immediately by phasing. Okay, well at least they have that. So, but I like the themed waves more than I like challenge waves. A lot. Now, I want to see how the Borkin plan to handle the Siegfried 2000 range high explosive damage when they don't have shields. That's my question.
I think it's a very interesting choice to have hardened subsystems on capital carriers. It certainly has kept their CR up, which allows them to have much better replacement rates and therefore much more frequent bomber runs.
Yes. I like that as well. Yeah, the Gigantophuses still haven't even started degrading. And that's amazing. That lets their fighters come back so much. I feel like it was kind of wasted without, that's a lot of Reapers. I feel like it was kind of wasted without, you know, the enemy fleets having that much PD, but they couldn't have predicted that.
Here in Wave 6 we have a very widespread battlefield, which much favors the strike fights. I don't think there's any way for the AI to really close up the battlefield.
I mean, they're flanking off the left side here with two of the Byakis. Not Byakis, two of the
killing off the ships. It's like the only way.
Yeah. We need the fighter spam from the Gigantophuses and the Byakis to really carry this fight. They already lost Enforcer, they lost a Falcon. They are doing quite well. However, the Polyps is taking a bit of damage here. Oh, everywhere. Oh, they're double Neothas are closing on the first Siegfried. Let's see how they handle this. So they,
well,
you know, when I asked how they handle it,
it's gonna eat.
Yeah, I asked how they handle it. The answer is they don't.
It takes a very fine balance of mobility and tankiness to be able to tank those fire canes and then back off before you get killed.
Yeah, or shields. They help a lot. Unfortunately, these don't have them. Can they kill this Siegfried with fighter spam? At least take one out. Don't let them just kill you.
I'm not sure where the fighters are. They're not engaging just yet.
They're just hovering around the carriers.
Wider battlefields really don't favor carrier fleets because of the long travel times.
Yes. That was a really good bombing run. Can the longbows finish off?
These do have a recall device, so it's like a half-size carrier, half-size Astral rather.
Yes. Unfortunately, we lost one Gigantophus just now, and the second one's already being punished quite hard.
Its flux is too high to be able to recall the fighters.
Luckily, the fighters are going on quite bombing runs that are quite close in, so they don't really have to use the recall system right here. That Polyps needs to get in there and hit things instead of being behind the wreckage of the other Gigantopus. No, don't waste your laser on the phase.
For the pack and working. Oh, cool.
That was a really good showing, though.
Getting into wave 6 though, it's very good. I think we're going to see a lot more of it from the other players as well.
Yep, both of the bomber heavy fleets did make it to wave 6. I do want to see a lot more. Yeah, another bombing run going in and gone.
And considering the trend of from the Prime League yesterday, people have been going a lot wider.
I'm loving the wide fleets. That they need to be wide to really do anything. Oh! The Siegfried's stuck. It's not facing forward. It can only use half its guns. Which is still outgunning everything in the player fleet. So they just need to just fire everything right now. All the fighters, all the longbows, every weapon, just fire it at it. Take it out. It's alone. Just kill it. That's what I like to see. The Polyp's doing its job. Just kill the Siegfried. EMP it. Just take it out. Do whatever you can to it.
Longbows are disabling their weapons very nicely. And whatever
the
hell those were,
that's exactly what we wanted. More longbows coming in.
Kill it.
Unfortunately, here's the bombing run with the Sylvan fighters.
Timing was slightly off, but wow, those weapons are all can't disable.
Yep. It doesn't matter if it doesn't have high flux because it just can't raise its shields. And then the shields will get disabled as well. In a second. Or not.
Yeah, how about the other...
There it goes.
Siegfrieds?
The other Siegfrieds are just... They've now caught up. They didn't kill this one fast enough.
Oh wow, they're out of time then. Fire canes are burning in.
Oh yeah, the fire canes... Oh, lost one wing. No more shields left on that carrier. They did kill one Siegfried though. They've done better than the previous ones. They've killed one of the capitals. Unfortunately...
Is this as far as any other player has gotten killing one of the Siegfrieds?
Can they kill two? They still have some fighters. If they don't lose this...
Large fleet theft.
If they don't... If they don't lose this Biaki... Unfortunately, this Biaki can't tank for much longer. It's got a CR of 22%, and it's lost its other wingtip. It has no more shields. The Polyps is gone. They can't do any more. Biaki's gone. In a second, they can't take this. Yeah.
First Underdog Siegfried kill, I think so.
Yes, that was the first Underdog Siegfried kill.
This is only the third team though. I think we'll be seeing some more. I think there's a good possibility that somebody might actually win Wave 6.
I hope so. I want to see an Underdog win Wave 6. I desperately want to see them win it.
This wave is very hard for the Borkin with their lack of shields and very low mobility overall phase for gaming. And the Wikifish is coming up very underdoggy from being pack and having an extremely small but wide fleet.
I like the Wikifish's plan. The Wikifish gets them through the first couple waves just fine, has the Gigantophuses with their bomber presence, and the frigates and destroyers just spam Reapers to get through the first waves with no losses in the other fleet. It's a very supportive fleet, and it means that the larger ships can get through no problem without getting swarmed. It means that you won't screw up Wave 1 and 2, and lose a bunch of ships. And I like that.
Yeah, they really didn't lose any of their cruisers in Wave 1, so avoided that pitfall.
Yeah, this is, goodbye, Biakis. I knew ye not well. Oh, they have flares, too? Wait, they friendly fire with flares? Okay. Yeah, this is, I'm just gonna double time this. These, they're not broken enough. Not quite broken. Unfortunately, that's going to be the end on the final wave. Oh, they did trade back against one Barbarian at least.
Gonna have to hand it off to the Wikifish and Mortia. did extremely well in against the odds of this fleet composition.
They did quite well. And I would be proud of a final wave finish. That's a really, really good result.
Next up is Herflex with a Fringe Defense Syndicate, Imperial Fleet, and Dancy with Neutrino Corporation.
So we have the Neutrino Redemption arc and the Suffering Redemption arc, when he won't be Order 66th. So now the Suffering looks... There was an update to the FDS, and the logic for the hyperspace jump was fixed from the previous Underdog battle last week. So we should see slightly different AI with the hyperspace jumps and slightly more of them, with less suiciding behind the enemy fleet.
Killing memes? Alright. So
now,
these guys are a lot wider than before.
They are very wide. They basically doubled their amount of cruisers and added fighters. Now the one I really want to look into is this right here, this Atonement class. It has a gravity well projector. I'm sure you're all familiar with the Blackrock Drive Yard's Kumaraja or Kumajara interdiction field.
I'm not familiar. Tell me more about this. What does it do?
So this is similar to the Kumajara interdiction field, except instead of stopping projectiles and ships, it just stops ships. And instead of being a nice little area, it's up to 5,000 units around it, and it ranks up to that. It's a 5,000 unit radius, you don't get to move field against enemy ships.
It seems like it could be very powerful. Is it only against enemy ships, as you say?
Slowing all enemy ships caught inside of its area of effect. Now, it renders the host ship vulnerable. The system also makes the Atonement take basically double damage to its shield while it's active. And if it gets to max flux, it disables the system. So if you're able to hit the ship with any long-range abilities, it'll end the gravity well projector. It also takes time to spool up. It doesn't start at max range, it starts around it and expands over time. Now, I also want to go into another detail of the FDS that I didn't last time. They each have a ship system called FDS Combat Systems that gives them all decent buffs, but the most important part is the second, which, if they're fighting near other FDS ships, after their peak time goes away, they can go up to 50% slower CR degradation, so they can keep fighting longer, losing less CR over time compared to every other faction in the game. It does work with other ships, but is half as effective. So if an FDF ship is surrounded by neutrino ships, it does get slower CR degradation, but it's half as effective. So, and the Neutrino Redemption arc, what else have they added? Looks like they've added some of the sledgehammers, which I always like to see. Hydra torpedo racks. I'm not seeing any unstable blasters, though. I did want to see that long-range shotgun. So, unfortunately, we don't really get to see any of that this time. Alright. Let's see how this works. So, we're starting this off with I think it's a causality running up with an ion battery. And just phasing around.
It's a phase ship, it'll be fine.
Yep, are we going to see the jump anytime soon?
It is getting the attention of quite a few of those renegades.
Oh yeah, nice. They're drawing... The neutrinos are drawing all the attention, which will let the FDS flank everything.
Oh, look at that asymmetry.
They're just drawing every single bit of attention there is. Oh, hyperspace jump, right in front. That was a good jump. That was really good. I'm glad to see the new jump AIs working. It didn't skip the entire fleet and jump. That's a gravity well projector starting up. Let's see this spool up and let's see it just freeze all of the enemy ships. I want to see this. And it goes up and it just slows all enemy ships within the radius.
Growing.
It is a big radius.
Look at how big that is.
I am loving the interdiction field here. Is it maxed out yet? It is now maxed out. This is the max range of the interdiction field. So it just slows down the entire enemy fleet and makes it so they can't surround him. That is a very thick field. So, now let's see how they take advantage of it. Now, it does slow the ships it doesn't slow them as much as the Kumaraja's field, but it slows them a lot. So they just have to keep that ship safe and not at high flux. Whew. What's going on, Herflux? Oh! That's interesting. So it functions oddly when it's sped up. That's weird.
It's
Okay.
very interesting to find out.
I'll keep that in mind. Have we lost any ships in Wave 1?
Not yet. Not just yet. The
AS in Russia.
gravity field is really helpful for keeping
That gravity
giving
field
the
is
wielding
awesome.
advantage towards the player fleet side.
Oh, the field? The uptime? The field is... it's a toggle unless it overloads. That field is just toggle. So it's, as long as that ship isn't pressured, it can keep it up constantly. Yeah, the Banshee... The Banshee didn't die in Wave 1 this time. So, that's a lot of wreckage. Yeah, I want to see how this wave will work against the safety override Luddic fleet.
Might be
That gravity well could be MVP.
Oh, lobby runs.
Oh my god, what are those fighters? They have... Are those the Vindicator SRMs that I'm seeing? Might be. Oh, am I hearing a hyperspace charge up? I am. It's jumping. And it jumps into it. Alright. Those are real... Oh, it's getting surrounded now. Where's the grav system? We need that gravity well ASAP.
Its allies are coming up behind it.
Yep, the Suffering is doing really, really well.
But didn't lose half his armor in the first round.
Oh, the field's on cooldown. Alright. So apparently it is a toggle, but it has a cooldown once you turn it off. There's the field. It's generating again.
Right behind the Suffering is a very good spot to be.
Yep, it stops the enemies from... Man, look at that fighter mobility. Or the lack of it.
He's getting stalled. He's becoming sitting ducks for all the weapons. Really good for all the bombers that are in these two fleets.
Yep. It does not stop projectiles, but it stops like every single ship on the enemy fleet. Pilums are faster than fighters. What a battle. Yeah, they have a really good surround on the left flank here. This is it's like shooting fish in a barrel. This is a really strong ship combination.
Yeah, total 180 from what we saw last time.
Yep.
We have a lot more special effects and smarter AI. if smarter means not suicidal.
Yep. So what I'm learning is, if you don't have an atonement, you're wrong.
I think it's safe to say that we're going to see this fleet get to wave 6.
I'm quite confident. I'm wondering how the death drones on the Cabal fleet will function, because I don't see them functioning whatsoever. We haven't lost much at all in the end of Wave 2. They are sitting at quite high flux, though. But right now it's just waiting for bombing runs, hitting them at range. Yeah, they're doing quite well. They're all backing off at high flux. They're just waiting for their bombing runs. The relativities and the causalities are just darting in, dealing some ion damage, jumping out again. No hugging's going on. Yeah, MVP for the AI teams has been Wreckage so far. It blocks so much damage and forces all the ships around everywhere. boosting those photon torpedoes arm properly, so... And just... The only purpose for this Banshee is just sieging with those javelins. And it's working really well. Oh my god.
Really liking
okay, listen.
Here. They're doing a really good support job.
Listen to those javelins impact. It is the most satisfying missile impact sound I have heard ever in this game. Can I hear it again? Wave 3, let's go. And, alright, gravity field's down, it has to recharge, it's venting. But, oh no, the field's down, and the Melodic Path fleet's charging. This is the most vulnerable time for this player fleet. I love that sound. Just that deep bass of the missile impacting. It reminds me a lot of these sonic charges from the Star Wars movies, which I'm immensely enjoying. I'm putting those in every single ship in my fleet, just so I can hear them go off. That, if it is a sound, yes, that works then. Yep, meme field activate. You are very correct. And then the Melodic Path fleet with safety overrides could not close and could not fire.
This evens in and out.
Oh, the Melancholy?
Perfect for getting them hit with missiles. Not even their PD systems, the few that they have are going to be able to defend them. Missiles which would otherwise miss are all going to hit this time.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for letting me know, Herflex. I was wondering what those, what the laser sounds from the original Slave Eye. So I do want to see that fight, or shoot more of them. That Melancholy? Yep, the rapid laser cannons. That one. Okay, I'll keep an eye on that ship. Is it going for a bombing run? Let's hear it. Nope, it's playing really safe. Try to keep an eye on the Melancholy, but it's not really using its lasers. Okay. Now, yeah, this is just turkey shoot. That Onslaught cannot hit anything. It's got safety overrides. It doesn't have the range to shoot, and it's not fast enough to go through this field.
We're approaching the end of Wave 3 with very few losses on the player fleets. This is looking very healthy.
It's incredibly healthy, and once again, the biggest loss was a face-hugging destroyer as something exploded. Are those javelins high explosive? Nope, they are energy, so they're equally effective against everything. I'm okay with that. Oh yeah, the fleet doesn't, or the field doesn't take much speed off of the capital, but it does disable the zero flux speed boost, which is huge against safety override ships. So. Now, what's remaining?
This could be the moment where the fleet formation falls apart.
Yeah, if they spend too long
damn...
chasing the one frigate, it falls apart. That's just accelerate time here to get through this frigate. Oh, hyperspace jump! And it whiffed. Alright, time for wave 4. Now, how screwed are we with fleet comp? We don't have a hyperspace jump, the Atonement isn't in front, and the Banshee is. I think we're fine.
At least they're in the corner, so that gives them a bit more time to regroup.
But it lets the AI also get a nice surround on them. So let's zoom in and see what kind of carnage we've got so far. Bombing run onto the... Oof! Accidentally killing that ship when you were aiming at another one. Luckily, forcing the AI to fly to them in the corner there did give the Atonement time to charge up its gravity ball gen again and get rid of this cooldown.
It also very, very nicely focuses the ship's targets onto one side and fewer ships. And that lets them just lets them blow up ships faster.
Yes, and they won't get flanked as either. They won't. Well, they'll get flanked, but they won't have anyone behind them. That Atonement field is single-handedly winning this fleet the game. That gravity well gen is just so strong. Beautiful bombing runs going in on the Tumbleweed as well. Get rid of its Gauss. That Tumbleweed is basically the only threat that the Atonement can face if it just takes it out with the Gauss cannon from beyond its range. But the Pirates can't do anything here.
Not even the phase ships are getting into range when all the escorts are being shredded by.
Really? That's it?
That's well. That's one way to fix the AI.
I'm disappointed in you. That was way too small. Where is the ballsy play? Where is jumping single-handedly into the enemy fleet? You know, you're right. How are they going to deal with the Siegfried mortars? Siegfrieds don't move anyways. They just outrange everything.
Well, with any luck, the mobility, they'll be able to move around. The player fleets will be able to move around and just outmaneuver, get out of the range of the firing arcs on the Siegfried with the Fire Kings, and that will hopefully be enough.
Hopefully. Man, I just want to point out, look at that. Look at those fighters giving point defense at their max speed. That is not 82 SU per second. That is slow. But they're just sitting there. They can't do anything. Yeah, that Atonement's walking right up. He's like, I want to get into this fight. I haven't done anything but just hit my field button. I know that the jumping into the enemy fleet wasn't intended, but it was stylish, and that's what I want. I want one of the ships to be cocky and just jump into the enemy fleet. I want that to be a thing. The Affliction. This is the worst kind of discrimination. The kind against me. You don't even mean discriminate against. You barely got your paint scratched.
I think this has been a very solid neutrino composition, where normally people who do fleet who go wide with missiles, they do destroyers. But neutrino has quite a few cruisers in the mix. And
I think the primary reason why neutrino is able to show its strength so much is because of this Atonement gravity well field. That is allowing neutrino to sit back and siege at range without ever getting closed on, without having the really tanky front line that their fleet lacks.
Kirby's going to work.
Yes.
All those missiles.
Oh no.
Raising the flux levels quite a bit as well.
Sledgehammer's in front. That's not where you want to be. It's eating some trebuchets, but it's fine. Getting some more bombing runs. We have lost some ships, but it was due to hugging exploding ships. So, meme field activate again! I feel like that cooldown, if that cooldown was longer, it would give the AI more chance to really fight here. But anyone who gets partnered with the FDS fleet here is going to be very, very happy for next round.
I think we're looking into some balance changes for the FDS.
I think that might be called for as well, yes. Causality class is 90% hull. Where is it? Where is it taking damage? Oh, off down here.
The missile destroyers.
Yeah, the entire battlefield is now slowed. It's just a giant circle in the middle of the battlefield. Yeah, the Starlight faction can't do anything. So how do you counter the Atonement as a player, anyways? The only thing I can think of is incredibly long-range projectiles and just outfighting everyone in the front line. You can't really flank it. But what do you strike it with? You can't use strike craft. You have to use strike ships. Oh! Just use teleports and phase shifts. That's what you do. I know the gravity well gen stops hyperspace jumps in the area. Does it also stop phase shifts?
As much as I hate to say it, I think that feels just a bit unbalanced. Especially against capitals, cruisers.
Okay.
The turn speed debuff.
Oh. How do you counter it? A single Hyperion can one-shot it. And it can't stop the Hyperion's teleport. So, just get Hyperions, Medusas...
Atonement is still a cruiser size. It's you're still taking a frigate up against a cruiser, which is not going to go well, no matter what mobility it has.
Alright, in that case, my favorite way of destroying it would be in my favorite teleporting strike craft, the Karkanos. Oh, where did that go? Where? Oh my god, tracking this thing. Yeah, just take a Karkanos and teleport behind it. Yeah, Hyperion can still one-shot, because it just gets, like, what? Double Reaper Tubes and double Antimatter Blasters, and there's nothing it can do. We just... Oh my god. Please kill it. Thank you. Final wave. Let's see how it handles it.
Right, here we go. Biggest final wave fleet that we've seen so far.
Yep, this is the
Missiles.
best chance to beat these Siegfrieds. Let's see it happen. Where is its jump? I'm zooming out to keep an eye on the... It's jumping? No, it's not. Not yet. Oh no. It wants to jump hard. Plus causality. Oh, it jumps inside of the shields of the Banshee. That's a really good position for it to jump in. We lost the shame. We lost the causality. We're starting to lose ships, finally. Meme field is activating. And the phase frigates are now slowed. Good. We lost another shame. Siegfried is already losing hull, but how is the Suffering going to handle it? We're about to lose the Melancholy as well. The meme field is not quite covering the full left flank. There's like 2 ships outside of it. But the Fear class can handle it.
Starting to get into missile range. Those ships will be going down. Very powerful energy type missiles. Works very well with missile spam because then it doesn't matter what order you fire it in, whether it hits on shield or on hull.
I love the Banshee missile spam. Those are the Javelin torpedo launchers. If you don't have those in your fleet, add them. I'm talking campaign, when you can add, like, neutrino stuff. I'm not talking about the, you know... Oh, are we losing relativity? We're starting to lose frigates now. Oh no. Are we losing our first Affliction? Goodbye, Affliction. Can't quite deal with the missile spam. They're not really grouped as well as we'd hoped for.
Double kill.
That is actually lost in the relativity. The Affliction. They're doing quite well in the middle against the Siegfrieds, though. They're not getting surrounded. They're staying grouped quite well.
Serious problems turning and aiming on things.
Yeah. Siegfrieds are so slow.
They're pointing at nothing at the moment.
Suffering's taking some damage. It isn't raising its shield properly.
We're getting some counter missile spam. Looks like
the bombers will eventually get in range. Eventually. The bombers are almost there. Look at that bombing run. The frigate is outspeeding the bombers. Oh, that Siegfried's going down. It just can't move. It has no response. They don't have point defense either. Not really. 13 Vulcans is not enough.
Looks like missile spam is gonna get in the way. Can you get it?
Neutrino and FDS Redemption arc. Suffering, Redemption, and Neutrino. They win Wave 6. They just had to bring in the ringer.
Siegfried going down. Something is... I'm not sure why its shields are off, but well, alright then. It's getting overflux even with... Oh my god, that's damage.
That Siegfried has a lot of long-range kinetic. They can't handle it. This Banshee just needs to survive. Oh, they're finally losing their... They finally out of peak part time on the final wave. So that's probably... And now they're going to start, the CR decreasing very, very, very slowly. Due to being surrounded by allies. So the bonnet head should go down shortly. Unfortunately, we don't really have enough DPS from the player fleets here.
Neutrino, Banshee needs to get some supports to tank up all those. Oh well, all right. It's getting some debris in the way.
Yep.
That helps.
Debris MVP. They just need to close the Siegfried and shoot it a bunch, and they're not. Oof. The Suffering is taking a lot of damage from the Siegfried. I don't think it knows what to do. If I were it, I'd probably just hyperspace jump here since those guys can't turn. It's about to overload. Just vent. Vent and take the damage on your armored other side. Never mind. Okay, someone needs to... What are you shielding? The Suffering's about to die. The Suffering's just straight up going to die to this Siegfried. Unless the Siegfried retargets a different ship.
Oh, change targets.
Oh my god, the Siegfried granted it mercy. It gave it mercy. It said, you need your redemption arc. I won't kill you this time.
Neutrino and supporting infringed ships getting a flank. They're gonna surround. So this is gonna... Oh my. Siegfried showing their tail.
Wonky AI giveth, wonky AI taketh away. Thank you, wonky AI. Siegfried just doing a barrel roll, just doing a 360. That Siegfried just did a 360 and stopped shooting completely.
There we go, second flares. Artillery Siegfried going down. Other artillery Siegfried also taking heavy damage now. Getting
Siegfried?
some of his weapons disabled, engines disabled.
Siegfried number 2 just can't do anything. It's taking fire from the... The interdiction ship is coming up and fighting the Siegfried in melee. Siegfried 2, down. And no one was even hugging it. Siegfried 3 is next.
There's a final pirate ships left of this wave.
This is a Wave 6 victory with negligible losses.
Very clean attack.
We're seeing the first... This is the first Wave 6 victory in this tournament. And the final Siegfried is falling. Shield offline, overloaded. Cane Blaster's coming in. Who's gonna get the final hit?
I think I really have to hand it off
I can't tell.
The neutrino ships with their missiles, guided missiles especially.
Glorious, glorious victory in the redemption arc. Fueled by the meme field. They lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships. Of those, only actually, they lost how many of these? They lost a Shame class, and 2 Afflictions. And the Melancholy. Wow. And the Neutrino lost a couple of ships, but they're not listed here. They're over here instead. NRA Eyes Like Nuclear Fire. They just lost frigates only. That was an amazing victory.
So, well done, Dancy, and...
New high score. The first one that won the mission.
Well done, Dancy and Herflex.
You
up,
won. You've got 6
Carrie
points.
With Sanguinarity, Anarchistic Defectors, and Aura Knight with Kudar Remnant.
Now let's see what they had. Last time, they had one of the Tauret-class battleships, which performed rather admirably, and they've added a second Tauret battleship. Now, we are seeing a single rocket bomber in their entire fleet.
Well, at least it has an M on it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the other fleet also went rather bomber light. Which they have 4 caliber bombers, which have the torpedoes. So they have 1 torpedo bomber on. What have they added? They have the Cascaders from before with the assault burn. They have the Sphinx classes, which are just standard frontline cruisers. They have been adding, it looks like, the Bad Idea destroyers, the Falchions, with safety overrides. They all have safety overrides and shield bypass. They don't have shields or range.
Well, it's a very interesting...
That's a very ballsy play. Let's see how it works out.
Lots of DACA as well, so there'll be definitely blow up any ship slots that they encounter. All right.
Yep. I think this is the tallest round 2 we've seen, rather than going straight wide. So let's see how it works out for them. What is that engine? Because that looks pretty. Or is that just me being zoomed out? I think that's just being zoomed out. As well as their unique ship system. They're going right in with their complete lack of shields.
No fear.
No fear at all. Look at that. He's just
one fear.
He's just going right in. He doesn't care. And he's dead. Okay, that's why we don't do that. Oh, he's going in as well. They're all just going ham. They don't care. They just hit the ham button. They're going in.
Getting chopped up like pork here.
Those are all shield bypass ships. They have no shields and they have safety overrides versus high intensity lasers.
Well, they have reinforced bulkheads and heavy armor.
That isn't that effective. Reinforced bulkheads. Yay, more metal for my HIL to burn through. Oh boy. So they died a lot in wave 1. That means they're gonna beat wave 4, right? Oh, okay. That Sphinx is a suicide bomber. Big, Can I get an F in chat for this fleet? They seem to be very effective at killing themselves.
Oh, some of the ships have shields. Vindicator and the Carrier, namely, and that's about it.
Well, we can hope that the enemy ships will hug them as they explode. That is their primary purpose.
Do you think we'll see this team get to round 2 or wave 2 rather?
We will due to the sanguinary ships, but yeah. It's weird seeing the Renegade be intact while most of the player fleet's dead. Normally it's the exact opposite.
This Renegade doing very well for itself with getting a 1v1.
The Renegade is surprisingly surviving. That's weird. The Cascadator is, yeah.
Macerin fleet is just about dead. Or not Macerin, the Sanguinarity fleet is just about dead. We only have this Carrier and one of the. That's not a Vindicator.
Okay, they are coming back. They are destroying some pirate ships now. And we lost another Hathor. How did we even lose that? Well, the player ships are outnumbered by wave 1. I don't have faith. I don't have faith at all. I have some faith. I believe that this capital can carry a little bit, but I don't know how much because it's pure beams, and they have shields now. Can it even burn through the shields of this amalgam when its primary damage is 2 HILs? It's not getting range to use heavy blasters. It's just saying and, fighting around with its hills.
If the Sanguinarity Carrier can get in range with its 4 graviton beams, then I have no fear for that.
Cascaders are burning in properly, which is always good to see. They will beat wave 1. That's a good sign.
Only lost just about half the fleet.
That was more than half.
That's a very interesting idea with
nice bombing run.
Bypass and safety overrides.
Against fleets with high intensity lasers. That was... I'll call it a spirited idea. I like the spirit, and I like the thought that went into it. I always approve of safety overrides and just going in.
We had a conversation over on Discord about getting the shield bypass Paragon, in where you just take you have a... No, it totally makes sense. You have like 1.2k base flux generation, and you shield bypass that, you just amp it up so much. And just power your 4 large energies. You just destroy everything.
Have you considered also downloading the Capital Safety Override mod for that Paragon as well?
Not quite, but we could do that. Get 4 plasma, 4 plasma cannons, safety overrides.
Yeah, I can see how that would work. Shield bypass, just so you can constantly fire them. How's Wave 2 gonna work when they have
4 ships?
5 real ships and, like, 5 frigates?
Lasers, of course. Now that there's nothing to obstruct the range, there's no allied body blocking, they could just laser everything down.
Where is the Atonement's gravity field when you need it? At least they're getting some kills in the AI fleet here. Can you still hear us both over the game sound? Because it's kind of hard for me to hear anything.
I think those pings going out are doing some nice work.
Those pings for the increased damage are actually very, very nice. Alright, one moment.
Beam spamming.
Let me just turn Sunders up briefly. So, one moment. Let me get into our call here. I'm maxing out your volume here. Alright, and can you hear us now?
Can you hear us now?
Alright, sounds good. Yeah, the wave pulse cannons are just destroying the AI fleet.
As long as the Kudar and Talon works, they just keep backing off. They'll be able to take out this wave. But
yes.
I don't think it's gonna. I don't think backing off is gonna work against the Lunar Path wave because of course safety overrides.
Mm-hmm. I think if this keeps up, they might be able to beat Wave 2, but they will not beat Wave 3. We just lost Gator. I lied. I don't think we're beating Wave 2. The Dragon's just going in. The Towerette is not gonna have a good time if it gets hit with another bombing run there. Ooh, bombing run of the Dragon, and it's just gone. But they're bombing running right back at us. And that's a lot of missiles coming in. Luckily, we have enough PD with the CEPCs.
We need events very soon because we're not going to be able to take very much more missiles. That's just what's coming in for them.
I don't think they're going to have a good time here.
Laser face battlecruiser is eating all the lasers.
The laser face is getting out lasered, and its face is kind of gone to the missiles. So it's just eating locust swarms to the side. It's eating all the bombing runs. It's just eating everything. See all the damage numbers everywhere just skyrocketing. Meanwhile, the other Towerette is soloing the Niagara, who just isn't shielding the HILs. Now these two... I'm going to speed this up a bit. Thoth class is losing CR. They are almost overloaded now. Taking some damage. Oh! They overloaded the Barbarian. I'm sorry, that's not a Barbarian. That is a Stalker. Although they weren't able to quite finish it off. They don't have enough damage built in. The 1v1 is still going on here. Laser versus Niagara. Frigate off to the side, just distracting the High Tide. Cascadator and the other Towerette trying to take out these Pyro Ventures. The 4A Stalker. Yeah, they have plenty of damage with the HILs here. It's just they can't get the HILs through the shield because they have no way of breaking the Niagara shield. It's a stalemate. Oh no. Castigator, goodbye. You ate the thermal pulse barrage. Luckily they ate the crane as well. So can they beat Wave 2?
That's the question. Oh my goodness.
Half HP Towerette, full HP, full armor,
Infernus.
Are those
mining pods out there? It looks like those are mining pods out there.
Yep, nope, those are Borer with basically mining pods. They have one mining laser, so.
Get boars. The boars are a bit less tanky, I think. Or they're more tanky.
Yeah, the turrets are doing really good, except it's showing its engines to the thermal pulse barrage. Oh no. Fuel's gone, but it's taking some more damage to the hull. Oh, it's burning in. Oh, it's just going for the kill. Hey, it's hugging it. And it didn't matter because it had a shield.
Just about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna speed this up. Though, oh, it did 1v1 the Niagara somehow.
Come out victorious after Niagara decides to turn off its shields every now and then.
Yes.
AI for you, man.
Taking out the 4A. No problem.
That's very interesting aiming by the Venture. 4A. Looks like a Venture.
Yeah. The battle wagon is just destroying these frigates. There's nothing the Thoth can do. It's just unloading and actually hitting it with the main gun.
The final turret is also going to have a bit of a problem with that big ship doing its...
The Infernus battle wagon.
The battle wagon doing its hard flux damage compared to lasers.
Yeah. Let's see if the high tide can turn the tide. Unfortunately, all the Thoths are at very, very low CR and are disabling themselves as we talk. Oh, it's just destroying the high tide instantly. Alright, we see here the 1v1 to determine Wave 2. The Taurat versus the Infernus battle wagon. Who wins first? So far, it looks like the Taurat is losing in the hard flux war, but the battle wagon is taking damage as we go. The Taurat is winning and oh no, it's just took a bunch to the hull.
It's fluxed out.
Are they venting? Oh, the battle wagon, if the battle wagon charges right now, just burn drive. Burn right now. Just burn. No, no, don't go for the frigate. Just burn drive right at the... or you're letting it vent completely. Okay. It's focusing on the 0% CR frigate. Let me just double time here. This is the interesting end of round 2. It's the straight 1v1 between two capital ships.
And Cruiser's doing very well. It's
it's flanking! 0% CR flank, and it's dead.
It tried.
It did try. Now, if the battle wagon just burn drives and, takes care of the hard fluxing Taurat, it will win this. It does have kinetic damage. It needs to just be using those mining pikes? Those are hypervelocity drivers. It just needs to use those and just take out the Taurat. Yeah. I'm going to 4x time. Let's see this. Yeah, the Taurat can't do anything against this.
Battle wagon isn't turning its shields off.
And the Taurat has to. It's just winning. Is this the end? The Infernus needs to fire its main gun. This is the end.
This is, I believe, this is 1 point. They beat Wave 1.
Yep, that was a... well, they did beat Wave 1.
And they got very, very close to beating Wave 2.
Yes. It did manage to 1v1... I'm not sure if the Wave Balls is going to 1v1 the Niagara, though. And that one did manage it. That,
Next up, we have Siflin Fleet by Lighthouse. And Avantia with Disassemble, Reassemble, and Arsenal Expansion.
Yep, and we get to see the Vanquish Mine Leader Battleship, which I really love as a capital ship, personally. That's one of my favorite semi-close to vanilla pirate capitals.
It's a very wide fleet that we have here. They're just exactly... is that exactly 12 fighter wings?
That's 1, 2, 3.
It's an entire row of fighter wings.
13 fighter wings.
Even a Red Arrow. That's Red Arrow, man. What the heck? What are you doing?
The Red Arrow Private Yacht. It has one fighter bay, so I mean it has that.
That fighter bay is more of a shell. It's got a dual machine gun, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm. I'm just looking because I noticed that this had the Red Arrow. It had modular null space conduits working with the Sylphan fleet. I'm wondering if anything else has those as well. Modular null space conduits on the Moth class with just a bunch of mortars, machine guns, etc. Null space conduits, null space conduits. It's on all of these ships. I like that a lot because that can work beautifully with the wait. They don't have a. Never mind.
For those of us who aren't as familiar with the game, what does null space conduits do?
Ah, the modular null space conduits is a Sylphan hull mod that lets you add unique. Instead of if you don't have it integrated, you can put modular conduits on for an OP cost, and that would let you enable things like the prototype shields, like this one, micro null space shunt, and it 50% increased flux dissipation by converting soft flux into hard flux. So 1 hard flux for every 4 soft flux consumed. That kind of thing means that this ship can generate hard flux very slower and can just take a lot more punishment than otherwise. Or can fire a lot more than otherwise. The punishment it takes is still the same. So,
Very cool.
having the modular null space conduits lets these ships install similar things. That also lets it work with the Sarasvala, which the Sylphan fleet did not take. The Sarasvala can steal, using a ship system, can grab flux from any ship with modular null space conduits. And help.
Yeah.
So, since the Sarasvala isn't here, the modular null space conduits on these doesn't really do much, except give the fleet additional move speed if it keeps going in the same direction over time. Well, I want to point out, these Harriers, with the, these have anti-ship mine base. So do
And
these.
so does the Vanquish.
So does the Vanquish. We have a lot of anti-ship mine base.
It's a one solution to even more missile spam.
Yes. So, now, oh yeah, Ava also pointed out, it also protects the ships with modular null space conduits from the lightning damage from Sylphan ships that are overloading. So, let's see how this works out with all the mines. Also, your ship fleet name lies. So, let's see. One of these mine bays is going to start coming out. Wow, this is the slowest start we've seen so far. Normally we have some ships just burning straight in to fight them.
Not sure if we're lacking some mobility systems, but they just don't want to use it.
I think it's mobility systems as well as, why aren't those firing?
They just don't want to use
There
it.
they go. Mobility systems and or safety overrides.
Avantia making claims of not having updates.
Oh no, what wasn't updated? Oh, not enough mines. Oh, okay.
The frigates from the Sylphan side. One ship down, one frigate down.
Yeah, and they're now fighting the Sunders as well. We lost a Sturmovik. They're doing quite well with flanking out and just surrounding them. They are a very wide fleet, and I like seeing that.
Unfortunately, they're still have quite a few destroyers and frigates, which get melted by the amount of beams from the pirate side.
Yeah. I'm not really seeing that many ships from the Sylphan side, so let's hope that these hammerheads are enough to, sorry, these silverheads are enough to turn the tide, because I still only see one Dread Eagle. Yes, these silverheads are hammerheads with phase skimmers and energy weapons. We did lose a constellation. That's a little bit unfortunate, given that the constellations are our carriers. Thor is at 50% hull. Where are you dying? Goodbye. Wherever you are. They seem to be having DPS problems. They're not really burning through ships very quickly.
Do you think they might have spent too much of their op on getting hull space conduits?
I'm not sure how much that costs, but it very well could have been that. If there was a Sarasvala and the Sylphan fleet, I would have said it was completely worth it, because then it can take the flux off of any ships with null space, but this fleet has very, very low killing power. There's like 2 or 3 ships that deal damage, and the rest are all support, and that's just not enough. Not against like not against dominators, not against pirate tanky ships, not against a Blooded Path Onslaught. Yeah, the Katora class, they just don't deal enough damage here. Yeah, they have all energy damage and they can't even get through the armor.
They should have went with missiles.
Missiles are just good. Oh, yep, they got the Sunder. Next, they're going on the Amalgam. So hopefully they're, that Harrier does not have enough hull or flux to really tank through this.
And finally the Vanquish getting in range of weapon range.
That's very good to see. Fortunately, I'm not sure that's going to be quite enough. Oh, we are seeing some anti-ship mines on the field. They're just not next to the enemy ships.
Very unreliable, but would be powerful against more
spread out wide fleets with a bunch of frigates, I would say.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sneezing. That is the Radiant Dawn on the Replechia. This is good to see that. I'm just trying to keep track of exactly what's going on. The Vanquish looks like it is tanking alone. The Harrier is flanking from below. It is coming up and helping a little bit. We do have some bombing runs going on. Pitch destroyed. Sunders are going down. We're getting the Dread Eagle's getting... Oh, not the Dread Eagle. Their Eagle's getting surrounded.
Chashing out and we're chipping down at their ships, getting surrounds.
They took out both of the enemy capital ships there, which is very, very nice.
Gotta love explosions.
Oh yeah, lost a Gypsy Moth, but it's kind of to be expected. This is one of... I'm not sure if they're going to be able to beat round 2 without the kill power, because they have the Niagara, they have the Thresholds, they have the Dragon. I'm not sure they'll be able to beat wave 2 here. They already are malfunctioning on wave 1.
That's one of the flavor texts for overload.
Yep. Is that okay? I mean, they're at 99% CR. Is that normal? 97. Is that going down? No. 96. Yep. Silverheads are losing CR already. Their peak part time is gone in wave 1.
It's been almost 6-minute wave 1.
Replechia, the capital ship, is assisting in killing things. As a carrier with a bunch of damaging weapons, like the Adlokiums, the Purgatories, it is sitting in the far back, hitting nothing.
At least its fighters are doing work.
Yes. It really needs to be in this fight here. They're not going to be able to kill the Infernus or the Niagara without it. It looks like the Quagmire in the middle with the missile and fighter spam is about even. But which way will it swing? We're losing one of their constellation. Why is this carrier in front with no weapons? I'm sorry, Graviton Beam and a Torpedo. That one's in front, tanking. This one, with capital level weapons, is still not firing anything. We're losing more constellations. Silverheads are getting overloaded and going down. That's just not good for the player team. The Harrier's overloaded. The Harrier's taking damage. Oh! The Replechia is in the fight now. It can do it. It's got the Adlokiums. It's got the Radiant Dawn. It is shredding through things. Unfortunately, it might be too little too late.
Its escorts are already half gone. They just lost too much of their killing power.
Yeah, we lost the Harrier there. We're just losing fighters everywhere.
Seeing more allied ships in the kill feed than pirates.
Yeah, the kill feed's all yellow and green, which is not what you want to see. They might kill the dragon, though, which is always good. Unfortunately, they're losing ships elsewhere as we go. Oh, they got the dragon, so that's a big plus. We're losing more Katora classes. That one just lost a quarter of its health. The Vanquish is doing quite well, though. It's just sitting in the middle of the fleets, you know, just shooting. And I like that a lot. The Niagara and Infernus are sitting in the back, not shooting anything. So they haven't even gotten to the fight yet. We lost a Pigeon, we lost a Constellation. This is not going well. You should be proud of that Vanquish build, Ava. It's not killing everything, but it's surviving. And it's surviving and just sitting in the middle of the fleet and doing as much as it can. It's a very good Vanquish build because it's not dying. I like the Vanquish in the AI hands so much because it has armor. It has gun slots on either side. It can fire everywhere. It has fighter slots, so it's strong there. And it has maneuvering thrusters, so it's not like it can get flanked too hard. It is one of the best AI capital ships that I've seen in this tournament, just by virtue of how the AI flies it and what it can be equipped with. I like that ship so much in the AI's hands. Oh, the Niagara's going in. It charged, and it's... Oh, the Constellation's flanking it. Good job. So... Oh, no. Hey, that's not how you want to shift Silverhead. That's not where you want to be. But the Replechia, it's unloading on it. It's getting out-traded. Really, really badly. Nope, and the wall is ignoring the Replechia to focus the teleporting Silverhead. We lost another Constellation, we lost another Harrier. I think this is a wave 2 defeat, honestly.
I think they'll be able to take out the wall, maybe. They have both Vanquish and the...
Replechia?
Replechia, yeah.
Yep.
Clicking on the wall.
They might be able to get through wave 2. I'll get a 50-50 shot. You either will or they won't. That's how percentages work, right? So, the Vanquish is... Actually, it doesn't really have much kill pressure, but it's just reliable, and I like that a lot.
It's one of the few ships I've seen with flat cannons this entire tournament, and that gives it a huge advantage in killing all the missiles and fighters from the pirates.
Also, the Thumpers on front. I don't really like Thumpers normally, but they're very, very good against fighter and missile spam. They're just shredding through the fighters. As you can see, as they just did, but... Nice, they got the Mule out, so that's one less fighter wing to deal with. Ammo explosion when it tried to fire. Alright. The 4A is not doing too hot. The wall's going in! Sends wreckage flying everywhere. And the Vanquish has a nice flank on it. We lost another Pigeon as I was looking at the wall charging in. This one over here, the Katora is not doing too good. It's at 22% CR, wave 2. Selkia's critical functions. We are not doing too hot right now. Yeah, the Replechia got really good point defense, but it really needs to just be hitting the wall here. You see its engines, just shoot it. Shoot the Niagara. Alright, good. It's firing and missing. It's prioritizing point defensing missiles and that bully over firing at the backside of the Niagara. Yeah. That Replechia might die now. It ignored the Niagara and the Niagara didn't ignore it. Also, the giant skull in the middle of the Niagara. It's kind of menacing, isn't it? That Radiant Dawn isn't doing much. It's just ignoring it right now. It's not getting a range of its condemnations or purgatories. It doesn't even have condemnations. Come on, use your Adloquiums. Use your purgatories. Just shoot. And we lost Silverhead and Katora and a Selkie at the same time. We about to lose the red arrow. Ah. The civilian Corvette. I knew it was too good to last. At least they can take out the Stalker class. I have high hopes for that Vanquish. Celica, not Selkia. Is it Celica's? Have I been saying it wrong this whole time? My mistake. I will improve on that in the future. So, these Celicas are great ships. I want to see more of them, and I love the amount of ion that they bring, but they can't carry a fleet by themselves. The Replekia is just not doing its job. This ship just... I don't want to say it was a waste of fleet points, but it's close to that. Yeah, and it just dies. We lost the Dread Eagle at the same time, off in the corner when it was soloing multiple ships. Now it's only the Vanquish against the remainder of Wave 2. But it's holding out as best it can, but it's being closed in on. It doesn't have enough damage. It can't survive. You know, I guess you could say there just weren't enough mines. The Vanquish is such a good ship, and I've been saying that since I first saw it in the first Underdog fleet. Goodbye, sweet Vanquish, Prince. That's the second Wave 2 Vanquishing in a row. That was a lot of death. They didn't have kill pressure, and they didn't have a wide enough fleet. Next is Mendonca's ARS Bandits and CJ Yusa's Minty Fresh Brigade. Are we gonna have the Atlotto Redemption arc where it doesn't die in Wave 1? Let's see. We have... That just making sure that my Discord is still visible and I can see everything. Alright. Now, we have the flagship frigate. At least we have a, I'm gonna like this. Let's see the Alistair. I want to see the Alistair do really, really well this round. But we at least have some more supporting ships for it this time, so it won't instantly die. We have a bunch of the Lions class cruisers. They're Pride of fighters. And what do we have for fighters? We have Psi defense drones. And EMP discs. Okay. Some Duke gunboats. Their strike craft are their frigates. And the supporting fleet, the Minty Fresh Brigade from the Coalition, is focusing a lot on drones around the Ethlotl. The Together with Apologies Minty drone carrier. I like to see that they also brought in more Sabres. The Sabre was one of the most effective ships last week, and I like to see that we tripled how many we had. We have some more destroyers as well, with Sabos, Disruptor Beams, PD Lasers. Same thing. So we have a lot of drone launchers on this Swarm Cruiser as well. 6 Corvo drone launchers. And a drone swarm system. So we have a ton of fighter presence, but instead of bombers, it's all drones and interdictors. Let's see if we have enough kill pressure with the ARS Bandits. So let's start this up. Now we can start. Okay, at least we're on a different side now. Now I'm seeing all the. I should see as soon as I get in range, they'll start firing off all their drones out of their weapons. So I can't wait to see that. Oh yeah, you can see the drones launching out of this ship here. Out of the Kestros class, the swarm cruiser. I'm happy I'm seeing the sabers running up front. They just need to get in range of their auto pulses to really do their job. But that is a lot of drones, and they all have IR pulse lasers with high delay. So let's see this IR pulse spam shred through these hammerheads. And it's happening. Now, IR pulse over here. What's going on the other side of the map? It looks like drone beam spam. Oh, it's charging in. Is the Renegade going to do anything good or bad? The McNamara's just unloading on it like it wants to. Where is the Astraltor? There it is. Not the Astraltor. The Alistair. Sorry, Astraltor's my stream buddy. The Alistair is up here. Naming ships after you now. What's going on over here? So the drones are still going aggro, but it seems like they have enough point defense that most of the drones have died by now. Also, Astraltor, I'm not sure, you might have muted your mic. Let's see.
Yes, indeed. Muted.
Okay, couldn't hear you for like a minute or two there. So, all right.
It's tons of drone spam with mine lasers, and even though the mine lasers are very small, just the amount of them is gonna overwhelm those shields. And with the IR pulse laser, it just chips even the biggest ships down. So a lot of DACA coming out from those ships. Not board. I was gonna say.
Wait, what happened to the Alistair? I just looked away and I came back and you died.
Got hit by missiles.
That was from overloaded, 50% health, 30% health, destroyed instantly. It had no support. It was the flagship of the Ark fleet, and it just didn't have anyone helping it. The McNamara is just down there in the corner, not doing anything. Well, let's face it. One of these two fleets had to have a flagship lose in round one.
Wait fun. And it's surprised to be sure, and I was very surprised that the frigate wasn't the one that went boom.
Yeah. Well, at least the Astraltor didn't get killed in round one this time. It was the other ships. No, I think I think Tyrador just has a curse that they have to lose one capital ship in round one no matter what on one of the fleets. Maybe not theirs, but at least the other one will. Yeah. I mean, the carrier fleets got really far. The carriers are just incredibly strong at the moment. However, this is kind of a pseudo-carrier fleet. It just doesn't have bombers.
It's coming in with just IR pulses and 9 lasers, which, you know, they do good against shields, but they don't have the killing power.
No,
not against those either.
They have trouble with killing people with a lot of armor and hull, which is a lot of the low tech.
Which is exactly what we're facing, yeah.
Yeah, we're losing CR already in round one. Peak part time is going away already. So, luckily the Renegade does look like it's about to die, but we don't have kill pressure again. We're losing a Gregory. Where's that Gregory? Oh, it's up there. Okay. Bye, Gregory. Well, goodbye, Gregory, too. They aren't swarming their drones properly. They don't have the kill pressure they need.
The drones are dying too fast.
Yeah, they're not allowed to keep their sustained damage off with all their IR pulses and everything. I see a read going to 90%. The McNamara is not firing any weapons at all. It's just kind of accelerating forward and backward. And
well, if it gets in range, I think they're going to take out wave 1 at least.
Yeah, it just needs to get in range and fire. Oh, it's shooting something. Yes, there we go. It's shooting. Well, it got into combat. I'm proud of it. It's already at like 90% flux too. That's cut it by Sabo swarm, so there's nothing you can do about that.
That's poor guy.
Overloaded, it's taking hull damage. That's... Oh no. Not like this. Well, the McNamara did something. Not what we wanted, but it did something.
Got a perfect hit from the hammers. All 4 hammer hits.
Yeah, that wasn't even the, that was just full hammer barrage, just right on top of it.
Renegade finally would go down.
Yeah, that needed to happen. If that Renegade wasn't alive, we would have a McNamara right now, and that would have been so nice to have. The Reeds are now starting to malfunction in round 1. We just don't have kill power. So, the Dominator, though, will fall shortly. The, the Reeds with all their EMP and the Lightning is very effective. So, that Dominator can't do anything.
Very cool to see EMP emitters on bigger than frigates.
I like seeing it as well. This Lions class is taking a lot of damage, but luckily they have enough of the pirates killed that their swarm drones can start doing work again and not being shot down immediately. But they just lost another carrier. Despite losing a lot in round 1, I don't think this is making it to round 4.
Round 4? What?
Just the whole, if you lose stuff in round 1, you make it to round 4 easy.
Yes.
I don't think that's going to happen right now. I'm sorry to say.
You sacrificed 1 goat or 2, not the whole herd.
Not the whole fleet, yeah. Going on up here, why are you all chasing a single Sunder? Well, they are at least swarming it now. They lost all the ships, but they do have a fairly wide fleet, so there's that. They just don't have the kill pressure that's needed.
EMP finally taking out all those anti-fighter, anti-drone guns. Dang.
Now only the Sunder is left, so let's just double time that until the wave's over. Quad time it.
Even the Sunder has point defense.
Yeah. That is a very split fleet. Now, first contact is with a Saber and a Aspis class. The Saber looks like they're trying to swarm the Saber right now. Pirate ships are losing the first one. The Pirate retreated a Venom class. What? Okay. That's a interesting choice. Kite destroyed. Alright, we are burning through the Pirate frigates very quickly. And I suppose that's something that all the mining lasers and the IR pulses are good for.
Yep, once it's that a multiplicative minimal armor amount of reduction, damage reduction.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, they just don't have... Most of what they struggle against is capitals, and those things have tons and tons of armor.
Oh, we just lost another ship. We just lost a Corsica class. So... I don't think they're gonna... I think this might be a Wave 2 defeat. I can't see them having enough damage to burn through the Niagara, the Infernus, and the Dragon. And the Lions is in front, of course, tanking. Oh, that was a really good damper field. It would have died if it didn't do that. I'm proud of it.
Its positioning is also very good. It showed its thin side.
Yes.
So,
unfortunately, the
is
Atlatl is
not going to go anywhere.
The Atlatl is getting punished by the Dragon now. Bombing run, which survived. It's at max flux though, and it's all hard as well. It cannot tank if it gets hit again, but it's not being punished. We're losing more reeds as we speak, which means we are significantly running out of small little EMP destroyers. Victoria class is out of peak part time now. Oh, it doesn't quite have enough PD, but at least has the armor to survive those things. And these mantlet defense drones are really, really peeling a lot of it off. Very, very useful.
Delaying the inevitable, though. They just don't have the damage. They're not killing.
They do have the damage of these sabers. They have 3 auto pulses in these destroyers here. They just need to use them. They're not grouping properly. They're not focus firing. They're not working as a team.
They're having trouble taking out destroyers and cruisers. They're not going to get anything onto capitals.
Yeah, this reed I think is not going to survive for much longer either. It just needs like one more hit to slip right past that shield and it's gone.
Like look at all the misses on the frigate, on the Venom.
Yeah, it's gone. Goodbye, reed. Or not. That reed is actually distracting a lot of them alone, but it's a symptom of just not working as a team. Yeah, the sabers are the most reliable ship in this fleet damage-wise, I think, right now. So, Expedition's bombing runs are missing because they are maneuverable enough, and luckily, I'm happy we're seeing more of the Alliance class carriers. I wish we could see more of them, but the Astraltor is now taking serious damage. It's getting EMP'd, it's just taking high explosive, it's just overloading the entire time. Oh no. The mantlet drone, just enough to buy some time, and it's gone already.
One more shield drone, and it's instantly gone.
That dragon wants this Astraltor dead, and it has no fleet to help it. Oh no, that's a hammer barrage. You survived one more round than last week. Good job, Astraltor.
Wow.
So you at least made it to round 2.
We have one more fleet today.
Like the first few fleets in the Underdog tournament did amazingly well. We even had one win wave 6. And then every other fleet died on wave 2.
Several others getting to wave 6 as well.
Yeah, a few of them got to wave 6, one won wave 6, and the next like 3 just died on wave 2. That isn't quite what we're looking for. I also think that some fleet comps just work better with other factions. Like certain faction combinations are amazing. And I'm not sure if Arc and Tyrador is one of them with the way the fleets are set up, because both of them are more supportive long-range damage, and none of them have just really upfront kill power. Goodbye, Kestros. Goodbye, Victoria. Soon to be goodbye, Sabers. Oh, the reed is retreating somehow. Or he's not retreating, he's just telling us he wants to.
If he wants to.
Fleet is in full retreat. No further orders will be carried out. I didn't order that. I don't think they have a way of coming through this battle intact. They just don't have kill pressure.
Not a single one of the pirate capitals have been taken out. The Wall, the Dragon, and the High Tide are still there.
Yeah, the Astraltor ended up dying really, really quickly. The Dragon killing the Lions. Oh, the Victoria is just getting taken out as well. It's sitting in front of the Wall at 4% CR. Sorry, the Wall, the Niagara. Losing Cigaris is got double time here. But Victoria, 0% CR. It's a turkey shoot now. At least it's managing to dodge on 0 CR. Look at that. It can't be handled. It's just dodging every single torpedo. That was some impressive dodging. And Vanquish on a wave 2. That was actually really, really good dodging.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very
Nothing.
painful to watch. Wow.
1 point, I suppose, but we now have the Borkening. Borkin's here.
Is the final team of today? It's Archangel Mark V with more. Is that more Siflin fleets?
Sylphan fleets, yep. And they have a Sarasvala, which I love to see. So.
And Grimner with the Borkening, of course.
Mm-hmm. We have a lot of the Old God Scholars, which have a. I'm happy. I asked to see more of these last week, and I have double them. We also have a bunch of the Dole class frigates, and we have a Neokthas. We do not have any of the carrier spam. We have no Bianchis. We are full on missile spam and Old God Scholars from the Neokthas and the Old God Scholars. So now, what was added for Sylphan? It looks like we have multiple Dread Eagles added in, all of which have the Purgatories, which is one of my favorite Sylphan weapons. It's a 3-shot burst, and the final shot does additional damage. So
these are much harder hitting weapons than beams, so this will be good.
Yes, much harder. All these Silikas also have. Am I pronouncing it right? Selik. Yes, Silikas all have Clemency Pulses, which are all EMP as well.
So that basically turns them into omens.
Yes. We basically have 5 omens just running around CCing everything with EMP. We only have a single support wing with more EMP through both of the fleets, so this is a fighterless fleet, pretty much. Adulkiums? Oh, Purgatories are 3 on EMPs. I'm thinking of the Adulkiums. Let me see what that says exactly. Why does that one have 12 OP left? It doesn't have a Clemency ping on it. Or Clemency Pulse.
Did they miss something? Oh dear. Maybe they ran out
of
money.
Normal?
They're cutting it very close to the budget limit.
Yeah, the Purgatory here is 25% chance to generate 1 to 4 EMP arcs on hit. 3-shot weapon. Okay. Yeah, that's just 3 shots for the Purgatory with EMP.
Alright.
Is that intentional or is that bugged? I'm not sure, but alright. Played out. Actually, if it's a bug, should I equip that? Should I just go and equip that then? Ava, do you think? Or that would be tart. Yeah. Don't. But each thing that you, yeah, it's Tart that would have to call on it. I can't make that call, and I don't think anyone else can. So, I would think that that's bugged, though. I don't think that anyone was missing OP there. Was it over budget?
It's very close to.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, let's go. Oh, it is Tart. Okay, that's why. Alright, good call. In that case, it was, wow. That was really close, then. Let's see how the board can work. Let's see the Sylphan with the Sarasvala and more damaging weapons. Let's see these Purgatories. I want to watch them fire.
You can see a lot more synergy between these ships this time.
Yes. Alright. Oh, it's already EMP arcing. That's beautiful.
EMP arc immediately dropping the threat level of any of their ships that they hit.
Doing again, yep.
Those missiles coming out from Borkin.
Borkin doing serious damage here. And I'm loving seeing that gun there as well. I literally just asked for kill pressure the last 2-3 fleets, and we were given kill pressure. I like it.
Phase ships playing a little bit of bumper cars with each other.
Yeah, they're just phasing into one each other, just phasing into everything, just trying to... They're too angry. They just want to kill everything. That's not a problem. Hammerhead going down. They're swarming these things.
Oh, what? It lost a Dread Eagle? What the heck? That was fast. What did it get hit with?
Yeah.
Like a hammer barrage? Something?
It must have. I don't even know. Yeah, one of the Dread Eagles just suicided. I don't even know what it could have gotten killed by.
Lots of phase shifts on the Vorkin side. I don't
No.
think I see a single shield on the Vorkins.
Nope, the only Borkin...
None of those carriers.
Selkia's dying. Oh no. The Borkins only shield the ship are the carriers. So, all the other ones are just relying on regenerating armor and their phase system. That is a tanky frigate! Oh, Selekia's at it again. Yeah, those micro-missile ships are insane. They're really, really strong. Dominator going down, slowly.
Eagle down, Amalgam down. Just
Renegade gone.
These pirates up.
Sylphan does still have a killing pressure problem, or a killing ability problem, but Borkin have more than got them covered. They're hugging it, again. Oh, you're ramming right in there. You really want him, don't you, Old God Scholar? Dread Eagle's 90% hull. It was hugging it, but it was phased, so it's fine. Yep, they are slaughtering this fleet.
Selkia lost. I think it went down in one of the explosions.
Yep. Wave 2. Oh, I think we're gonna beat Wave 2 again, thankfully. If we can beat Wave 2 and 3, 4 should be a gimme. Yeah. They have a... Sylphan are amazing at shield tanking if they have the null point shield. We just need to rely on Borkin to kill everything once they're tanking. Luckily, the micro-missiles from the Neogthas seem to be really doing a lot of damage to the entire fleets. They don't have enough point defense to stop all of them.
And the coming out.
Oh, waves and waves of Pillums. Do they have the point defense to deal with it?
The Clemency Pulses are point defense, and they do have a very cool arc where they hit multiple. It's sort of pseudo AoE.
Yeah, we just need the dual classes there because we don't have any of the Selkias, many of the Selkias left.
The Dragon's ganging up on one of
the duels are micro-missiles as well.
God.
Yeah, we're losing Selkias.
Selkia got between the Dragon and the Old God.
Not where you want to be. And the Selkias are pretty much all the point defense in this fleet as well. Oh, it's just eating hammers. Just ate, like, lost most of its armor, quarter of its hull. A lot of bombs coming in as well. Not quite enough point defense. Celica? Celica, not Selkia. Why do I keep saying it wrong? Another Celica down. At least the dragon's gonna fall soon. It's eating way too much damage from the Vorkin. Well,
it's gotten itself way too close. And the rest of the pirates behind it what are they chasing? I think they're chasing the Celicas or something. They're getting totally distracted.
Yeah, they are. Where are the Old God Scholars? I see one there, really dealing damage. The Old God Scholars are the main source of damage in this fleet. So there's one there, and okay, there's 3 more up above. They're all fighting the Niagara. If you don't have shields, why are you in front of it? And the Celica's in front of the Niagara, tanking everything. And surviving.
So tanky.
That is a very tanky little frigate. How are we losing so many of them then?
They're getting squished between the capitals.
Ah. Yeah. Luckily, the Old God Scholars are really unloading on this Niagara here.
Yeah.
Just chasing a lot off to the edge. Luckily, that Dread Eagle's taking a lot of damage.
Now it turns its shields up.
Yeah. Luckily, they should take out that High Tide shortly. These Silverheads deal enough damage. We just need them to shoot. I'm noticing a trend with Sylphan ships. They don't have kill pressure.
That's what happens when they have a lot of high fire rate weapons that have low damage instances, and they do energy.
Yeah.
So they do all right against destroyers and frigates, which don't have much armor, but against capitals, it's where they really struggle.
Yep. Luckily, they still have enough of the Old God Scholars and the Neophytes to take on the Niagara on the Infernus battle wagons. So.
Getting some debris cover over there.
Stopping some of the Silverheads from firing.
Infernus.
Yep. The Infernus, however, is going to go down, and it's being hugged by a Neophtha, which you saw that all of its hull go down, and then it regen most of it. That was a good use of its ship system. We lost another Celica. They lost the Niagara at the same time. So. Crane's down. Now, for the Stalker class. Now with everything firing on it, there's no way it lives. For very long at all. Don't hug it. Don't hug it. They're all on top of it. Oh, at least they didn't die. Now, how are they going to deal with all of the damage coming out of the Luddic Pathwave?
It's a very maneuverable player ship fleet, so even if they get close, they'll be able to just back off. Not like anybody's going to get surrounded, I think.
Yeah, the Borg can just have to use their ship system intelligently instead of phase into, you know...
missiles?
Yeah.
You have trouble dodging lightning hammers at the best of times, even with the phase systems.
It's because the phase systems don't last long enough. And that one just ate a Reaper to the face instead of phasing it. Alright. Luckily, it seems like we are winning every skirmish where there's Luddic Path ships in certain areas, because there's a hero Dole class distracting half of the fleet. That Old God Scholar is just fighting an onslaught one-on-one. And it wasn't losing. Probably would have lost eventually.
But they still have limited armor.
Yeah. That is one lucky Dread Eagle. I literally can't even see its hull bar. A single missile of any type can kill that Dread Eagle. Alright, let's see them jump on that Castella. Oh, the onslaught looks like it's falling. The Old God Scholars have closed in, and they're just unloading everything on it. It's going down. Oh, the Dread Eagle died. It got close. When I saw its hull bar not existing anymore, I thought it would play smart and just flank away, and I guess it just used its ship system and got right up next to it and died.
Probably got shot down by some PD.
Yep.
Safety
Neophyte's taking serious damage.
Shooting.
That one.
It's still an onslaught, so it goes down anyway.
Yeah, it can't retreat very quickly at all. Oh, good. The Ceres Val is taking the stuff, and it should activate its system after and cause lightning elsewhere, after absorbing all the flux. Who will it use it on? Probably that small ship there. Or not.
Alright. Next wave, perhaps?
No, it vented. So it's just not using it. I believe that is the last ship, that foray. Or not?
I think I'm missing something to the left.
Yep.
This is a
Yeah, they got
very,
split.
a very wide
Retribution's striking
battlefield now.
Silverheads. Yeah. That's not good for the next wave, but...
Especially with what looks to be frontline hammerheads all the way in the corner.
Yeah, they're respecting it. Why? They are respecting it way too much. Just run in and kill it. It's only Retribution. You can't get through your shields. You're tanky as hell. Oh, there's another ship down there too, the Enforcer. Is he off the edge of the map? He is on the edge of the map, not quite off of it. Just kill it.
This is where, what are they called? Fighters and bombers would be quite useful. Those have no problem getting off the map.
Nope, Borkin closed in.
Oh. Missiles going ham.
Hey, it's just gone now. Wave 4. No, that is... Oh no. That Neoktha's alone. And it's running in.
It's going the wrong way.
It's at no hull. What are you doing?
Oh no. Its engines look like they got shut down. Oh.
But it walked up before that. Well, that was one of your missile boats gone. Yep, they are taking out these ships with rather. These ships have a lot more damage than the last wave, but are a lot squishier, and they die so much quicker. Which is a good thing, because we had issues with kill pressure. That Falchion is going right in, and right out. Dual classes versus Zabras, they can't really make that happen. You've got Scholar firing off its ship system. Those magical-looking red-orange energy bolts with lightning on them. Love the look of those things. Let's see it fire again. And you can see its armor actually has to open up for it to fire those weapons out. It's beautiful to watch. I wonder if I can get one of them to do it. Right there. Yep, armor opens up, fires out that orange beam with the lightning. Yeah. The weapon is built in, the phase dash is that thing is the system. The weapon is built in. I have misspoke. So meanwhile, on the other side of the battle, we have Borkin ships as well as Silverheads chasing a frigate. And now retargeting to a destroyer. Yes.
Not the best use. Oh.
Not
the
at all.
Niagara and their Infernos aren't really doing very much out there.
Yeah. I think right now it's just the Thresher and the Castella, yeah, that we have to worry about. The Sclopenda is also a problem, but it seems to be backing off, and it's been scared off by the Dole frigates.
At this point, the Old God Scholars are have taken quite a bit of hull damage, and although they look pretty healthy. But,
they look healthy, but the two of them have very low armor. You can see it even everywhere, but it can be broken through with a single missile. Yeah. They should have no issues taking out the Sclopendia here. Not when they have a few ships surrounding it.
And those ion beams are just disabling all the weapons. It can't fight back even if it wanted to.
Yeah. Nothing it can really do. They just have to take out the Angon and the remaining two capitals. The Castella isn't really helping much. It's not using its weapons, which would be very, very effective against the Borkin, the Earth Suppressors. It's, I guess it's stuck behind Wreckage, and then it's Thresher class.
The Angon is gone.
Yeah, the Angon got completely wiped. The Thresher's being surrounded right now. It's taking so much damage. It can take a lot of punishment, but not this much.
It's finally going down. D-Hole got killed by some sort of explosion. Not sure if that was friendly fire or another hammer. There's been a lot of hammers coming out of these pirates. They've been doing pretty well to wear down the old God's Colors. That one's at almost half health now.
Yeah. They are... As long as they don't hug this, they should be fine for the next wave.
Speaking of hugging, it's hugging it.
I know. It backed off, though. No one's hugging it. Castella's down. Now it's just clean up for the last few of the, last few little ships. I believe that this wave will make it through the Cabal. They'll make it to the final wave. I don't think they'll win, because once again, Porkin versus,
They have no armor.
No. They have no armor, they have no shields. They cannot beat the large capitals in the final wave anymore.
The God's Color warping in, spreading out.
Taking a little bit of damage, really. It's showing its engines to the, ion blasters of the Cabal.
Oh, it's dead in the water.
It just regened all of its health. That was a beautiful, beautiful phase. And we lost another Old God Scholar.
There's 4 of them left? 3?
There's 3 OGSs left, and 2 of the Neothas. Yeah, the Dread Eagle got punished hard. They are having a lot more trouble with the Cabal than I was anticipating. Yeah, the Killer Bees could be doing a lot more than they are, honestly.
They're interceptors, not heavy fighters. So,
yeah,
classification.
They're good against fighters, but if you're using them as main fighters like the Cabal does, they're rather weak. We could take an idea from the other stream and just, you know, get them all phase lances instead of heavy burst lasers.
Go back to 0.7.
Pretty much. Nothing could go wrong there. We just lost an Eoktha off of the side. Lost one of the dual classes who wrestles another Eoktha.
As the true maneuverability of the Cabal is showing up, and only the Siflins are able to get around, but the Vulcan are getting trapped a bit.
Yeah, I think this might be a the first 4-pointer.
Yeah. But a few of the Borkins are only a few of the Borkins are left.
True, the first match did get 4 points. You're right. I completely forgot about the first match by now. They, the Old God Scholars are getting distracted, they're getting kited around, and they're just getting worn down. But they are doing... They still have a lot of damage being dealt, but... Oh... One more hit. Oh, nice phase.
Just get laid into.
Unfortunately, it's not enough to keep them alive. What's going on over here? The Sarasval is not having a good time again going up against the Disco Ball. Death to Disco? Come on, fire it. Disco Ball! Tachyon going through shields.
Shields are fairly low.
Yeah, but I mean the Tachyon lance does go through shields partially.
Those killer bees getting the stabbing it in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so many stings.
Just goodbye. There's no way. It's dying a lot slower than I anticipated. Yeah. Bye. I was trying to be theatrical and then it just kind of didn't die when it was supposed to. Yeah, down there, Silverhead and the Dole class just fighting it out. That Aurora's just gonna slaughter both of them. Oh wait, there's all the Silverheads. They aren't really doing much. Can the Silverheads take it out? The Silverheads deal negligible damage, and it just vents
They
anyways.
have a lot of ion beams, but not so much hard flux dealing weapons.
Yeah, that Harbinger is gonna slaughter the Silverhead. Eventually. How are the Old God Scholars doing?
What old god
He is
scholars?
getting
Oh,
this
there's one.
He is getting swarmed by killer bees. He's being stung to death.
Look at all those disables.
There's only so much he can do, and that so much is nothing. If only they had the meme field generator. Now there's one more Old Scholar and one Dread Eagle left. Anything else?
Don't forget the Silverheads.
Silverheads. I kind of count them out because they don't really do much.
Oh, that's cruel.
Hey, I'm just being honest here. So, the Dread Eagle is getting kited out by the Harbinger, which is just going to hit it in the bum. Or not. Oh, teleportation. Go.
Buys it a bit more time.
Yeah. The Harbinger's playing that really, really badly. Silverheads are dying as we speak. Killer Bees' swarm is heading up north to the Silverhead. No, sorry, the Dread Eagle there. That Dread Eagle will not survive the swarm. Goodbye, Dread. Pretty purple explosion, though. Yeah, the last Old God Scholar. Can they do anything here? They're critical malfunctioning. They're at 0% CR. That's probably game. Fortunately. We're losing Silverheads off in the distance.
Their CR was probably just about gone as well.
Yeah. It's... Why don't the Auroras just close on it and kill it?
You think we could speed this up?
I am.
Oh.
They're giving it so much respect. Look at this. 0% CR. It's so scary.
Do you want to double the CR? Double the speed up? Press both
I'll have
the
to.
buttons?
Yeah. Oh wait, nope, here we are. They had to wait for the killer bee swarm.
Oh my god, so many.
They're mocking it. Goodbye, last Old God Scholar. You don't get paid enough for this? Well, you won't be paid at all anymore. And that is the final fleet. With the legacy of I don't get paid enough for this. Vanquish on wave 5.
Well. Oh, and that is the final. That is all the fleets we have today. All 8 of the Underdog fleets.
Mm-hmm. And we had some. That was the biggest dichotomy we've seen out of all of the fleets so far. With most fleets getting pretty far, one fleet winning it, and the rest of the fleets pretty much losing on wave 1 and 2. That was a big dichotomy in fleets. I'm wondering how much of that's the individual fleet composition, and how much of that is the mods working very well together.
It's certainly a combination of both. We had some very curious choices by some of the fleets, and we had some very. There's a lot of innovation that's going on, from missiles to shield bypass,
and sometimes
better than others.
And some things we just we know exactly what carried the fight occasionally. So yeah, some things just were really, really good.
In my mind, I think all the participants today are winners.
Except for the ones that died in round 1.
One way or another.
So that was a very good stream. Unless there's anything else, I think I am going to. Do you have anything else you want to bring up?
Well, we're looking forward to whatever round 3 will be. Definitely fleets are only going to get bigger and bigger from here, and I'm looking forward to what the other participants are going to make next time as well.
I am as well. I hope that the tournament release for BlackRock won't stay a tournament release only for long, because I really want to get another campaign together with that faction. So
I'm looking forward to 0.9.1.
Oh, that too.
In my own
Carrier
campaign,
AI.
I'm just getting swarmed by expeditions, so I want some of that relief.
I can't wait for the Carrier AI buff too. Not buff, but fix. But thank you all for tuning in. We will see you next week for the Prime League, and then again for the Underdog League. So thank you all, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.